You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the number one podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. It's time to open something real special.
Oh, yeah, man. We've actually been saving this one for a while. We're like, man, this has to be a special occasion beer. And what better occasion than the end of the season? So your boys had this stored in the fridge. Your boy Kenny Staples had this bad boy stored in the fridge all this time. I don't know, when did you get this bottle, man?
We got that early in the season at Tailgate,
Yeah. So this is the derekcarr Brewing, the what did I say? The Maison?
That sounds good to me.
Maison?
We're not too fancy. We
or Maison?
We could afford to get that wrong.
We're gonna call it the Maison, and then derekcarr can let us know if we got it wrong.
Yeah.
But this is a spontaneous wild ale, aged in oak barrels, blended from 3 years, bro. And you could taste it. You could taste it in this beer. So we got 5.5 on the ABV. It's a light. It's a sour. We were actually shocked because we didn't realize that it was a sour. It didn't say anything on, of the sort on the bottle. But it's very tasty, man. You definitely taste the oak on the back end of it. That nice fruity sour taste on the full beer. It's good. It's good.
It is good.
And look at that. There's nice yellow color to it. Unfiltered. I like it.
Yeah, so we're back. Excuse any pops that you might hear during the show. It's just something that we're trying to work out on our live stream. It's a funky audio setup we got here going on. We got inputs and outputs going all over the place. We're asking, as I often do, ask my setup to do a little bit more than it was designed to do. But that's okay. So really quick, this is delicious beer. I'm gonna actually have a sip right now.
There you go. Taste that beer, bro. Delicious. There's still a little bit of pop in there. But hey, man, we're gonna fight through this, and hopefully you guys fight through with us. Right?
This is definitely the most complex sour type beer, goza type beer that we've tried. Aged 3 years in oak barrels, which is definitely coming through on the back end. It's got a scotchiness, kind of lingers afterwards, which is nice. But it's definitely fruity on the front end. It's a good beer. I like this beer.
Yeah, it's got a nice little bitter end on it,
and this tastes like a special occasion brew. It's definitely again more complex than what we're used to drinking.
Yeah. No, definitely more complex than some of the other sours that we've had.
Yeah, this is a grown man sour.
It is a grown man sour. I like that take. We're grown ass man, bro.
And what are we celebrating? We're celebrating a lot. Obviously, today was the final game. The Oakland Raiders played as the Oakland Raiders. And personally, we are celebrating 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and over 4,000 hours of listening. So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
And cheers to you guys. Cheers to everyone that's been rocking with us. Everyone that's joined us recently. We really appreciate you. We're going to keep it going. So because you're there. Because you've shown that you're there. So we're not just speaking out into an empty room, which is a good feeling. Also, just a quick update on the game, since for those of you watching this live instead of the Sunday Night Football, the score is now 26-21 in favor of the Santa Clara 49ers.
The Great America 49ers.
Yeah. But hey, Seattle's still in the fight.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Beast Mode.
Shout out Beast Mode.
I know a lot of Niner fans are real sad when they saw that headline. They can't do that, can they? Oh, you mean sign a player? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's still legal.
You mean sign a guy that's a free agent and is retired and just been chilling this whole time? Yeah, they could do that.
Yeah. One member of our chat wants to know if Carr's coming back this year. We're gonna spend again more time on that. That's been the topic. It's now the end of the season, and we have a full year to look back on. So we're going to talk about that. But just a reminder, follow us on Twitter at Pillaging Pod.
That's right.
At Kenny Stapler, at Che_PJ4F, at Kane MT6, and of course follow the whole crew at CNPodNet. Shout out to Kevlar Prom Dress. That's Heidi holding us down with the CNPodNet account. So that's been awesome. Where have we been? We've been on the live tailgate broadcast, but the Oakland home games are no longer, so you're stuck with us here on YouTube in studio at our normal time-ish.
Yeah, normal time-ish.
Every
like
week.
I said, the game dragged on, and so did we.
Yeah.
But hey, man, we ain't going nowhere. We'll be here. And luckily for me, I got tomorrow off, so
Me too.
I ain't stressed out about
Me
it.
too.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna drink these chelas.
Make sure you support our sponsors, onnationfanwear.com. I'm wearing the Raiders t-shirt right now.
Oh yeah, Raiders, Raiders, and I got that nation shirt on right now.
And I'm glad you wore that. I almost wore that. But I just want to let folks know this shirt is available for a limited time only. I think Johnny's only going to have this up probably until the season wraps. So this is a commemorative farewell Oakland tour t-shirt that he put out. It's got all the games listed on the back and Johnny's special style. He made some artistic
renditions.
Yeah. Say
to the team names.
Yeah. There you go. Artistic creativity, artistic license on the team names on the back. Also, don't forget DC4LCustomTees.com. We'll be doing a t-shirt giveaway for DC4L probably next episode because we are actually doing a giveaway tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So I mentioned this last week, or I should say last episode, and this is C. John Fish going to be taking his first stab ever at the 2-minute drill. Now, obviously, he's coming in for the modified version. This is 2-point drill 2.0. So some might say it's easier. Some might say it's more difficult. I'll say it's still a challenge. And we'll be giving away a free jersey tonight.
That's right.
That jersey.
We'll be trying to give away a free jersey tonight.
We'll be trying to.
Yeah.
And if he can't make it tonight, the next one in line is Raider Roo. If you want to get on this waiting list, make sure you hit me up on the DMs. You can hit me up at my Kenny Stapler account on Twitter, or you can hit us up on Instagram, again, at the Pillaging Podcast, _Pillaging_podcast on Instagram.
I just got to say something, man. John Fish, don't let this get to Raider Roo. Because Raider Roo's gonna knock it out the fucking box. Raider Roo is the champion of the original 2-minute drill, and we were just talking about it. Raider Roo, my boy, I don't know if I've seen you in the chat yet. Our boy Raider Roo is a motherfucking Raiders encyclopedia, so it's probably not gonna get past Raider Roo, but we're gonna try.
We're gonna try.
If we do get to Raider Roo, we're not gonna make it easy on you, Roo.
And get on that waiting list. Send me with your name and your phone number when you do message, because this won't be obviously the last 2-minute drill we do, and it won't be the last giveaway we do. So I haven't announced how we're going to give away the DC4L shirt. Obviously, if John steps up and wins this week, then we'll put that DC4L shirt in the next 2-minute drill.
There you go.
And it's a nice shirt. So I did retweet that. You can go to the account to check it out. And again, I will be putting that out again next week, so you'll see it. So
that's what's up.
But tonight's giveaway was donated by Van City Raiders 2 on Twitter, so make sure you give him a follow. A tremendous guy. He gave this to us, I believe, at the Titans game. Wanted us to give it away to a fan at the game, but it's just so crazy there, and we really wanted people to have a crack at this.
Yeah.
Thought about giving it to Malcolm, and that opportunity just slipped by us because every time Malcolm comes in, it's like time speeds up. And it's just
we
crazy.
had a fucking warp, bro.
Yeah, we did. So you could check out Van City's Try At This during the first segment of the show. We'll be getting to that shortly. Also, we'll be going over quick hits from today's game and several things from the season and the Silver and Black Facts segment. The end of an era, man, the 2019 season. So we'll look back at that.
Yeah.
We're going to have Kane's MVP and Trash Can Player. Hopefully Kane can stay up. I don't know if he's working tomorrow. This is that weird time period between Christmas and New Year's where everybody just melts into their couch and eats everything. And, really, it's like somebody put on Twitter, this time period is like putting sweatpants on a ham. And I'm wearing sweatpants right now.
So am I. I got sweatpants on my hams, bro. Okay.
And of course, we'll be taking your calls. So let's get this started. A lot of things to talk about tonight. So without further ado, we're going to get into this quick hit segment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's go. Last game as the Oakland Raiders. That's it. We kind of put this to bed, I think, last episode. So we're not going to go into it, but it needed to be said. From here on out, after the season closes, it's the Vegas Raiders. I think Vegas Raiders has a better ring to it than the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, Las Vegas. Yeah, it's putting a little too much on it. But I mean, let's be real. Raiders. It's just the Raiders.
It's just the Raiders.
It's just the Raiders, dog.
And I was at Oakland Airport yesterday, and I was looking at they got a lot of Raiders gear at the airport still, but none of it says Oakland. It all says Raiders, Raiders football. It'd be interesting to see how much gear gets the Las Vegas tag on it. I'm not mad either way. I know a lot of fans, when I put out things about Oakland, they want to try to be like, oh, these fans are still hanging on. And blah, blah, blah. First of all, you don't know because you don't live here. I will say that. But second of all, I'm not trying to hold on to anything. I'm just trying not to forget about it. It's an important time to us personally as fans and as the team. I mean, John's told you himself. It was born here. It was birthed here. It will always have a tie to this, and it's special. I think John is dealing with that too. I think he's wrestling with that too. But hey, man, it's a new era, and I'm not going to hate on that. So let's go into this, and let's hope this new era, maybe we shed some of the curses that hope maybe the Oakland Coliseum was holding on to, man.
Yeah,
maybe it's haunted. If my daughter was here right now, she would say haunted. It's a game we play. I point at houses, and she's like, haunted. She tells me what's haunted, what's not haunted.
You just point at the Oakland Coliseum. Haunted.
Possibly.
Derek Carr. Haunted.
Shit. Damn.
Hot take. Pew.
Fire.
Let's get back to these quick hits.
Let's keep it rolling. Josh Jacobs was inactive for today. The rookie running back did not travel with the team for their final game after announcing a last-minute emergency surgery to remedy a skin infection. His status was non-related to the skin condition and had everything to do with his shoulder. No cap on Jacobs. The dude's been playing with that all season. It's probably good that he shut it down for this last one. Get ready for next year, man.
Absolutely.
No reason to run this guy into the ground too early in his career. The other thing I wanted to mention in our last episode, we talk about this team sort of fading as we move towards the end. Look how many rookies we've started. How many of those guys are hitting the rookie wall? You know, they talk about that when you have one-star rookie player, not finishing strong in the end of the season. When you got like 7 to 11 guys on your squad that are going and you're relying on, hey, it could happen. One guy that did not hit the rookie wall, however, is Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby. That's the quick hit from Maxx Crosby. We will be digging into Maxx Crosby more in the Silver and Black Facts segment.
That's right.
So I want to bury that. Richie Incognito was also inactive for the finale. Bring him back, though.
Yeah.
Bring him back.
Absolutely. There was a lot of people that were against Richie Incognito when they were bringing him in early in this season. And I was like, you know what, man? Yeah, maybe it's not the best look. We know his issues. But as a player, you couldn't deny that motherfucker was a good offensive guard, man. Okay. Yeah. We knew that. We knew the motherfucker could play. He just had those other things going on. And dude comes on, motherfucking model citizen.
That's it.
We haven't heard a peep from fucking Incognito, except for, on Hard Knocks, talking about, being friends with everybody and, having a good time. So shout out to you, Richie, man. We appreciate the fact that you, unlike others who will be unnamed, came onto this team fresh and new with previous issues and actually held up your end of the bargain when we took a chance on you, man.
Big time.
Yeah.
Rich Incognito he's a guy, he's done dirt. He's got the shady past, but now he's like that grown uncle, right? He's still the black sheep of the family, but he's grown up. And you get out on the porch with him after everyone's gone to bed, and he's telling stories of yesteryear and trying to steer you around some of the mistakes he made. And that's who Richie Cognito is now. He's the shady uncle, and we need a shady uncle on this team.
Yeah, sometimes, man. Sometimes.
Yeah. Dare I say, he is a leader on this team.
He's definitely a leader on this team, man. Absolutely.
That's a hot take. Yeah, it is.
I mean, I think it's a hot take, but I think it goes without saying. Man.
It's a safe take now.
It is.
Right.
It is now.
Yeah.
If you would have said that shit early in the season, if you would have said Richie Incognito is going to be a leader on this
Flaming
team.
hot take.
Flaming hot take. We got to take more chances, dog.
We do.
This upcoming season, we're taking chances.
We are.
We're going to get them all wrong, but we're taking chances.
We're taking more chances than Derek Carr. That's for sure. Took a chance by saying that right now. Derek Carr misses a wide open Hunter Renfrow, and Daniel Carlson shanks the field goal, and the Raiders lead points on the board early in this game on their first visit to the red zone.
Over and over.
Loomed large and seemed to set the theme, at least for the very first half of this game. It keeps moving. Hunter Renfrow touchdown overturned on the next red zone visit. Ingold stuffed on fourth down, and the Raiders turned the ball over. That, and I put stuffed in quotation marks because this is odd. You had something to say about this as far as having enough to go on.
Yeah, well, so listen. We had the issue with the Renfrow touchdown, right? So the Renfrow touchdown gets overturned on what I would say is questionable evidence. Okay, they make it a big point of when they're going to overturn calls that there's got to be plenty of evidence, and I don't know that there's necessarily a view that actually shows conclusive evidence that Renfrow wasn't in the end zone when he got touched, right? But yet the refs had enough information there to say that he wasn't in. And then you turn around and they look at the Ingold touchdown, because I thought he was in. We saw him kind of push the pile forward, lift his arms a little bit. And from what we saw from the side perspective, even though you don't see the ball, it looked like he crossed the plane.
He crossed.
He broke the plane, right? So a Raiders fan is sitting on the couch saying, that's a motherfucking touchdown, okay? But we all know that that's not how it goes. Not at all. And I don't know if you guys heard that. But
it's not. Yeah, it's not happening in our house.
It doesn't happen in our house. But so this is what happens. Then they go back and they review that and they say there's enough evidence to say that he wasn't in the end zone. I call bullshit on both, but it's to be expected. We've talked about this at fucking nauseum, right? We're just like, we already know we get screwed on calls, and we saw a lot of that today. The one thing that I did say about Ingold's run is that if he had just taken the lane, he might have gotten in there without question. So if you guys saw the replay, Ingold is running behind the lineman, which is, I think that's the way that play is taught. You take up a spot behind your big offensive lineman and you just follow him into the end zone. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, there was a little bit of a halt there. He runs into the back of the offensive lineman, which then brings the ball down. He had the ball at chest level, and it brought the ball down towards his stomach area. And then Von Miller comes in and grabs his arm and basically doesn't allow him to be able to lift his arms and show the ball when he does cross the plane. If he had just taken the lane initially and stayed low, I think he drags Von Miller into the end zone and it's a touchdown without question. Mm-hmm. But those are the little things that, you can't determine, man. You just go out there, you play the fucking game, and you hope that they give you the benefit of the doubt. And unfortunately, that's just not. It's not in our cards, bro.
It's not in our cards.
Maybe it will be someday. Maybe it will be.
Right now, just updating the game. It's 3rd and goal at the San Francisco 5-yard line with 12 seconds left to go. Seattle has the ball. They're looking to close this game out and win by 1 point.
That would be fucking awesome.
Now 4th and goal. So it's looking like SF doing all they can to make a stand here. But good points, man. Good points on that red zone stand right there. And again, the first red zone visit definitely loomed large in this game, as you can tell by the final score. But let's hit it again. Eric Harris absolutely destroyed Cortland Sutton with a legal hit and was still flagged on that play.
Yeah.
Now, it did see contact between the helmet.
But he wasn't leading with the helmet.
He was not leading with the helmet.
He was leading with the shoulder, and he was crossing the helmet in front of his path, as is taught, right? You don't want to put your helmet behind the receiver. That leaves the opportunity for a broken tackle. So he's putting the helmet in front, leading with the shoulder, making a good, clean hit. Yes, there was contact, but that's incidental. I don't think that should be fucking flagged or penalized or fined, which I'm sure they'll fine him, because that's what the fucking NFL does. They fine our players for making fucking regular football plays. That's what they do.
That's what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. Go ahead and bitch about it if you want. I gave you guys my speech on officiating last week. Bad officiating is going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to change.
Especially in our games.
Yeah, extra bad officiating always going to happen against the Raiders. It's a given. Expect it. Expect to play through it. Expect to have to score twice, 3 times, as much as it takes. Just win, baby. That's what that saying comes from.
That's right.
Let's keep it moving. Maxx Crosby interrupts a pass from Locke, which gets ruled a fumble after a very strange no whistle. Ball travels, 10, 12 yards downfield.
Yeah. And then is recovered by one of their receivers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The replay obviously shows the hand going in a forward motion. Where were you during the tuck rule? We needed this play a long time ago, a good 17 years ago, 18 years ago. Where were you?
Yeah, where were you?
Nowhere to be found.
Son of a bitches.
Absent.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it was like after that play is when the fucking refs just decided to not fucking blow the fucking whistle at all anymore, right? Like, let's just let this play ended fucking 15 minutes ago, but we're just gonna hang on. We're gonna hang on and see what happens. Let me see what happens. I'll blow the whistle in a little bit. Give me a chance to digest this play and really think about what happened. No, that's not how the fucking game should be played, refs. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
So
that's all I gotta say about that.
It looks like the Niners close that one out. They will be the 1 seed in the NFC. Just giving you an update here on some early playoff games that are happening right now.
There you go.
We are not standing for either of those teams.
Nope.
But
Would
have been nice to see the Niners lose.
It would have been nice.
It would have been nice.
Just their whole fucking season, all season long, they just been bragging and all that good shit, and then they have it all just come crashing down. So it still can be. It still can though.
So today, despite all the wild shit that happened in the heart of this game, the meat of this game, early on in this game, it came down to the wire. Raiders go up, or sorry, the Raiders climb back in, and I should say late in the game, Derek Carr touchdown pass to Hunter Renfrow, and jongruden puts his nuts in a wheelbarrow and says, "Screw it, it's the end of the season. We're just playing for pride.
Yeah,
let's do it. Let's put our pride on the line. Let's just go for it right here. Let's get off the field.
Yeah,
let's wrap this chapter
with a win.
With a win.
And I'm gonna put the play out there. There's no way we can lose this game.
It was a nice setup. They had the bunch formation out there.
Yeah.
Looked like they were going to cause some confusion.
Yeah.
I think everybody knew where he wanted this pass to go.
Yeah.
And Derek Carr did everything he could to telegraph that pass. He said, "You know where it's going to go. I know where it's going to go. Let me just stare at where it's supposed to go." And not only did he stare it down, but you could see him craning his neck around a lineman and be like, "I'm trying to stare this down. Or you get in my way." And of course,
he's like, "Hey, get out of the way! I'm trying to look at this guy."
Former Oakland Raiders Shelby Harris, who had a pass batted down earlier in the game, in similar fashion, gets his hand up, makes a play right there to end the game. Raiders lose 16-15. Is that correct? Yeah.
16-15, though.
Weird score. I wasn't mad at the play call, man. Go for it.
No, the play call was the right play call to make, bro. That's how you go out. You don't go to fucking overtime. The last game of the season
in Denver
with nothing tied to it, especially right, like we didn't have playoffs anymore. Playoff hopes were gone already at that point. Titans had won the game. So that's the only thing that you would say, like, oh, if they had an opportunity, maybe you say you play it safe, kick a field goal, and then try to win it in overtime. But at this point, you're just playing for pride.
Yeah.
And like you said, Gruden goes and puts his fucking nuts in the wheelbarrow, says, "Let's do this. Let's get this fucking W. Let's run out of here with our fucking hands in the air and, head on off into this off season." But Derek Carr said, "Hold my beer, coach.
Watch this.
Let me show you what I can do with your play."
So it's an interesting end of the game. Derek Carr finally gets his game over 300 yards passing. First one of the season. 1 touchdown. It's gonna be an interesting debate with the Kardashians, with the car stands. You know us, we're not stand for anybody but the Raiders as a whole.
Yeah.
We feel like if a player hasn't lived up to his potential or isn't the guy to get us over the hump, then we're gonna jump on you. And lately we've been jumping on Derek Carr. Somebody mentioned to me, they texted me earlier in the week. So what do you think? I mean, you've been one of his biggest supporters, and I was like, hold on now, hold on.
You got us mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not one of his biggest supporters. I am on record for making excuses for him, but at some point, you just got to shake your head and be like, you know what? Whatever it is, definitely lacking weapons. The defense definitely laid eggs there. John said he was going to retool some things, and the defense played better the last 2 games in the season. So, call it what you want, but Derek Carr is the de facto leader on this team, being the quarterback, and, shit rolls downhill, man. As far as I checked, John Gruden still has 8 more years on his contract, and so that shit rolls downhill to Derek Carr, who's only going to cost $5 million if he's cut. So, who's on the chopping block right now? I mean, people say, Kane's going to come in here and talk about logic, and I'm going to tell you, logic says that somebody's got to take a hit, and I think it's time to move on. And as we're moving on from one city to the next and starting a new era, and you got 2 first-round picks in your pocket and a quarterback that probably does have some trade value, this is a good time to cut things clean and move forward. I'm not saying Derek Carr is a trash quarterback. I'm just saying, to me, he lacks the heart to get it done. I think maybe he'd be best served with new scenery, but I also feel like, and Chase mentioned this already, I think if we do move on from Carr, I think Carr moves on from football. Yeah,
man, I don't know how he takes that, if that is what in fact takes place, right? If he is released or cut or traded, I don't know how he takes that, because we do know that Derek Carr is a Raider fan, grew up a Raider fan, and so a la Jack Del Rio, right? A guy that's kind of for the home team, and his dream was probably to be on this team and lead this team and lead them to success and victory and all the glory and all that stuff, right? For him to lose that and be traded or basically be discarded, I don't know how he would accept that. I don't know that he would accept that. And like you said, he might just see his way out of the NFL as a whole.
Yeah,
if that is the case. But I don't know, man. We don't know. We got Kenny's reading the tea leaves right now.
I am.
He's trying to. He's got his fucking baraja out right now.
El Brujo, Kenny Stapler.
He's trying to tell you the future. I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay level-headed in terms of like I don't really know how this turns out. Now, there's a lot of people that are hoping for a quarterback here in this next draft. A lot of people ready to just turn over the keys to somebody new and fresh. My concern is doing it too soon where you ruin this guy too. That's what I keep saying, right?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that I say keep Carr because he's going to get us out of this mess. If he does, that would be fantastic. I wouldn't be against it. But I'm starting to feel like that's not going to happen.
Yeah. And is Derek the guy to groom somebody new? Do you want him pulling him aside and being like, look,
well,
it's 3rd down.
Listen.
You're on the run. You have plenty of room to run. Just throw the ball away. You got green grass.
Just spike it.
Just spike that ball.
Spike it right in front of your intended receiver. Just spike it right
Just
there.
chuck that fucking ball away and yell at your offensive lineman. So it looks like you're fired up. Always look like you're fired up. And then go sit on the sideline. Don't watch the film. They're going to hand you the film. Don't watch it. You don't want to watch that shit. All right? Just trust in yourself and the God above. He will take care of you.
Oh, man.
I made $127 million doing this, and so can you.
Damn. Bro, that's a hot take right there. It's a hot take. It's cold-blooded, K. Stapler. No, man, listen. I'm not concerned about that, okay? Because Gruden has made it very fucking clear that whoever comes in or whatever players come in, as far as quarterbacks go, he's trying to groom those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think it's necessarily going to be a young guy comes in and Derek Carr shows him the ropes. I think it's going to be a young guy comes in and he just gets to kind of sit and learn from coach directly all season long, while Derek Carr goes out there and plays one more season, and then hands over the reins, willingly or unwillingly. That's what I think Gruden wants to do. And I think that would be the safest way to move on from Derek Carr without having just a complete fucking drop off. Because then let's say you just go and you draft a quarterback, you get rid of Derek Carr. Let's say that guy is, I don't know, throw out a name. Can you say that?
Herbert. Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Everyone likes Jalen Hurts. We'll say Hurts.
Okay.
What?
I did that on purpose. I knew you were going to do it.
Justin Herbert.
So let's say it's Justin Herbert.
Let's say that.
Let's say it's Justin Herbert. He comes in and you just hand him the keys to the car.
Yeah.
And he's got to take in this complex system of Gruden's and come out firing on all cylinders next season. I think he gets rattled. I think he has some bad games. And I think that could carry on and affect how he pans out in the future. And so that's my fear, man, is having another guy come in here with motivation and high hopes and like that it factor of like wanting to be a difference maker and willing to do whatever it takes to be the difference maker.
Yeah.
And then take some hits and has some failures, and then his fucking pride and his focus and his like motivation just starts to shrink.
But here's the thing though. We got a great offensive line.
Right.
We got a dynamite running back.
Absolutely.
Running back.
Absolutely.
We will have more weapons in the receiving game after this. You got your safety valve and Waller.
Yeah.
You got a new NFL that favors the quarterback.
Right.
And we've seen in the last 3 years that rookie QBs can come in and have success early on. Even,
You're right.
You have on one side, you got a guy like Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, which is definitely top end of the spectrum, definitely an anomaly, so to speak. Those guys are superstars.
But Mahomes sat a year.
He did sit a year, but then also you got a guy like Daniel Jones who's had an up and down season, but he threw 5 touchdowns last week. So, he's not shell shocked going into next year.
Right.
He's seen the good and the bad, and I think he's going to be okay. And you even got a guy like Kyler Murray who's taken his licks, but also has shown some poise. And next year he's going to come back. He's going to be a good quarterback. So I feel like if you're doing this 10 years ago, it's different. Or even on the Raiders squad, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, it's different. But you have enough around in your organization to protect a guy like this that I don't think you do wait. I think if anything, you're going to take your lumps with a young QB. You're in a brand new stadium, sure.
Yeah.
I think that's more exciting to start the young gunslinger and rather than start Captain Chuck Down all over again. And because he's a rookie, you're going to have some leeway when it comes to the wins and losses. Again, we hate having to make excuses for players, but if you're going to do it, being a rookie QB is the greatest excuse of all time. Hey, let this guy take his licks. Let's get through this first season and see what happens.
I feel you. But we also have to look at it from the perspective of the veteran players that we do have on this team. The veteran players on this team want to win, right? I don't think these guys want to just continue to be on a team that's just goes through the same fucking motions over and over again. And you just hit on the biggest part of this veteran team, which is the offensive line. Okay. On the offensive line, we have a good amount of veterans. And I don't think a guy like Rodney Hudson, a guy like Incognito, a guy like Trent Brown, a guy like Gabe Jackson, and even though rookies, Colton Miller's only 1 year past his rookie season, I don't think he wants to go through fucking losing seasons either, bro. I think they want to grow as a fucking unit. And they want to have success. And so my fear is you then start the quarterback carousel with a guy that in their eyes is probably going to be like, well, this guy's unproven. We don't even know what he's going to give us. And then you start to have like a loss of motivation from the veterans, right? Because now they're like, man, now I got to go through this again. Maybe it's time to fucking start looking for an out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's my fear, because if they could sit this young guy and let him get groomed and he starts showing shit on the practice field, then the veterans are going to start to buy into him. And eventually, if they see enough in him, the veterans will force that move, right? The veterans ain't going to sit around and say like, oh no, DC's our guy. Well, we really like him because he's a nice guy. If they see a guy with fucking more potential and a guy that has the it factor and is actually doing things, they're going to say like, coach, I'm okay. We're done with this shit.
Well, you're telling the Derek Carr story right now. That's how Derek Carr came to be. So, you know, and the vets are having to endure losing seasons anyways.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. The time is now. What you're talking about is already happening, in my opinion. And I know there's a lot of, you know, it's a polarizing opinion about our quarterback situation right now. But where you're seeing that, a lot of our listeners are on social media. You're seeing a lot of that on social media. But when you go to the game, the average fan, the fan that's buying tickets, is throwing garbage at this guy.
Yeah.
They're throwing hot dogs and beers and shit at him.
Yeah.
You can't throw shit on Twitter, but words. So where the rubber meets the road in the stadium, this cat's getting booed already.
Right.
I think we're at that point because, you know, it's Vegas, man. It's going to be all eyes on us.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to put out a losing season there, at least raise the ceiling of hope.
Right.
Rather than wheel the same
I feel you.
bullshit back out there.
I feel you, though.
And I'm not, and just so we're clear, because we did throw out the name Herbert. We threw that out last episode. I'm not standing for this guy. I'm not a huge Justin Herbert fan. This is just a name that's blowing in the wind right now.
Right.
That's the only reason why I bring it up.
Right.
In fact, when I heard that, and I've heard it from several different folks, that are quiet right now for good reason.
They're like, wait, I'll let you stand on your own. Can you stay there?
For good reason, yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah, I'll die on this hill.
Hey.
I'll die on this hill. But
no, you won't. We will get out of this, bro.
We will.
We will survive.
But because one of the big knocks on Herbert is, does he have the fire?
Right.
Is football just a cool thing to do while he's in school? Because let's face it,
chicks, bro.
You're the star quarterback.
Gets chicks.
And you're playing in Oregon. You're a pussy.
I'm cool, bro.
Pussy magnet.
I'm cool, bro.
You're good.
I get all the free beers at all the parties.
Hey, I'm going to college for Van Wilder and shit.
I never have to BYOB, bro. You know? Never have to do that, bro.
Well, look, if you like that life, Herbert, keep training, because if you don't, now you're just another guy.
Yeah.
And car salesmen, they don't get a lot of pussy.
Car salesmen.
Save for a few.
I mean, it depends on what kind of cars you're selling.
Yeah, that's true. Shout out to all my car salesmen out there. That's a rough road.
Shout out to the Ferrari salesman.
Shout out to that guy. Big time. No, I'm just saying. I'm just talking shit.
No.
I'm just saying, man. I mean, if that ends up being the dude, at least there's that shroud of hope around it, and you can at least cling to something. Because
no, I feel you. I agreed, bro.
You know, what's the alternative at this point?
No, you're right. Listen, if you have a guy that at least shows you this like motivation to fucking be better and isn't coming up with excuses, is actually showing that he's fucking mad at himself and is angry and putting in the effort. The shit that we saw from Carr his first few seasons, bro. Okay, when he came in as a rookie, yeah, we went through a lot of loss with you, Carr, but the hope was high. We saw something in you. We saw this it factor that made us feel like this kid's gonna pan out.
Yeah.
And then it all started to come to fruition in fucking 2016. And we saw it. And the fire was there. And the fucking desire was there. And you were willing to fucking jump fucking head first over fucking defensive players going out of bounds. And shit like that was happening, bro. And we were like, this is it. We're finally back. And then the ankle gets broken. And whether you want to admit it or not, things change, bro. Things change. We stayed on your side. We defended you. We said, you have this injury you got to get back from. Then you go and you break your back. What are you going to do with that? Mm-hmm. We got to support you in that too. Mm-hmm. Okay? You go from fucking broken finger to broken ankle to broken backbones.
To brand new systems,
right? And we have to support you. And we have to say, listen, man, we got to give this guy a shot. We got to give him a chance to get back to what he was. It's still there. It's still got to be there somewhere. But now we're second season of full health, and it's not there.
No.
I don't see it. And our concern started in 2017 at at the tail end of 2017, we started feeling like, I don't know, bro. Like, is it still there? Is that thing that we saw still there? These are the conversations that me and Kenny had personally, just sitting on the couch and just like, man, is he shook, bro? Is he shook? No, come on. No. We can't go there. That's not, we would argue that fact and argue against it and say, no, we got to give you a shot. We got to give you a shot. And last year we did the same thing. Let's give you a shot. Let's give you a shot to fucking come back and prove us wrong. Let's give you a shot to get this system down 100%. Let's give you a shot to get some new weapons. Let's give you a shot to get better protection. And you got that. Mm-hmm. And we still see the same lifeless plays when we need you to fucking be full of life, bro.
Yeah.
That's the fucking discerning part. That's the most worrying and concerning part. As a Raider fan, how am I gonna entrust you with my team, bro? If that's what you're showing me on the field, if you're spiking fourth and 1, 4th and 3 plays into the dirt, 4th and goal plays into the dirt, or throwing shit away without even a chance. The announcers today even fucking called you out, bro. The announcer today was like, yo, you're gonna have to kick the field goal anyways on 4th down. So why not take a shot there? And then later on, they kind of went back on what they said. They maybe caught themselves like, man, maybe we shouldn't have said that about him. And they're like, oh, Derek Carr, they're going to be okay. Derek Carr's a good quarterback. And it seems like everybody says that. But you know what, man? I think, Derek Carr, you are a good person. You're a good dude.
He's a good guy.
And you've had good moments. And you've had great moments at times in your career. And guys like Charles Woodson and your boy, what's his name? Jones, guy that came over from Green Bay.
James
Jones.
Yeah.
They remember that guy. That's the guy they played with.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, this guy is the guy. And they're not willing to let go of the fact that maybe you're not the same guy.
Yeah.
And we've sat here and we've had to see that maybe that's just the case, dog. I hope that I'm still wrong. If you do come back, I hope that you prove us wrong and you make us all fucking put our fucking foot in our mouth. But I don't know, man. I don't know that that's reality.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's reality.
I'm just saying, fans in Oakland are going to throw garbage at you. Folks that paid $30,000 for a PSL in Vegas, I don't know what they're going to throw at you. I really don't. And I'm tired of the he doesn't have enough weapons argument, because any wide receiver that's good enough to make the NFL can catch a football.
Right.
I looked at Daniel Jones last week again, throwing 5 touchdowns. Tell me all the weapons that the Giants have.
Yeah.
Are they loaded with weapons over there? Do they have the kind of offensive line that Derek Carr has? I know they have Barkley. What's their receiving squad look like? Tell me, because I really don't know.
I mean, listen, man, you have to give guys opportunities in order to determine whether or not they're weapons. Right? How are you going to know whether a guy can be a weapon for you if you do not give them the opportunity to be that? If you're fucking stuffing fucking pass after pass into a motherfucker's chest and he's dropping it, okay, Derek Carr, then absolutely you're missing weapons.
And that happened today.
It happened.
Yeah.
It did happen. And it happens occasionally. It happens here and there. But if you're consistently throwing those passes to those guys and they're the ones failing, then no one's calling you out, Derek Carr. No one's calling you out if you make those plays on a regular basis. We're calling you out when we see a motherfucker running all alone down fucking field and you fucking throw it down to the fucking tight end that's covered by 3 fucking people.
Yeah. The Jags scored like 28 points in the second half today to beat the Colts.
Yeah.
What kind of weapons they have on that team. I don't know if any of those points were defensive or not. I didn't watch that game. So I'm just talking out of my ass right now. I'm just saying there are lesser teams in this league scoring more points than us. So let me just hit one more hit.
I'll give you this one, too. Let me throw this one out there, too. There are lesser athletes in your position making better plays, Derek Carr.
Hit him with that. One more quick hit before we move on. Raiders now own picks number 12 and 19 in the 2020 draft. I will leave you with that. 2 first-round picks for the, possibly the last time in a while. We'll see what happens. 5 picks in the top 100 and a bevy. I said a bevy with 2 V's. A bevy of cap space going in to the offseason. Raiders poised to be major players once again during this downtime. So let's hope that John and Mike can make the most of it. They did a great job last season. And let's see where this offseason takes us, because
Fact.
it's giving you a lot of facts. We got some more facts. Raiders' Derek Carr lost his 55th game as a starting quarterback this week. Only QB to lose more games in his first 6 seasons was David Carr with 56. Say something, Che. God damn.
Ain't no left to say, bro. I mean, let's move on to go to the next one.
Those are facts.
Those are facts, bro. What do you want from me?
21 touchdowns in 16 games and 8 interceptions. 21-8. That's a nice ratio. But 21-16, it's not a great ratio. 1 300-yard game that came today and 1 3-touchdown game. Not getting it done. Not getting it done. Not for that kind of money. Not for being the leader of a team. Not for being a franchise guy. Not worth all these people, cussing folks out on Twitter and Instagram and whatnot. I don't understand where all the heat is coming from. Those are substandard numbers. Those are average numbers. Great Raider quarterbacks have always taken chances.
Yep.
Great Raider quarterbacks have always had big personality.
Yep.
Great Raider quarterbacks have always been willing to lay everything out on the line, every play, every game, every week, every season. And I'm just not seeing it from you.
Fact.
Guy that I'm seeing it from is Maxx Crosby, who possibly earned his 3rd X this year. Maxx Crosby finishes the season with 8.5 sacks, and these numbers will be updated because this is prior to the stats being logged from today. 8.5 sacks, 32 solo tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 15 tackles for loss, 13 QB hits. The last defensive end to put up these types of numbers, Khalil Mack in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maxx Crosby doing it and doing it well.
In his rookie season.
Fact.
Those are facts. Last fact, today, Oakland puts up 477 yards of total offense. The output, 1 touchdown. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Fact.
Oh, I think it's time to make a phone call, man.
Oh,
yeah,
it's time to get our boy on the line.
It is 8:53 p.m. in the Crow's Nest right now. We're about an hour into this episode. It's time to call C. John Fish.
Yeah, boy. Get this timer ready.
See if John gets on the line with us real quick here.
Hello?
John, how you doing, man?
Good, man. What's up?
This is Kenny Stapler. And I'm calling you as promised.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
You already know what's up.
Oh, Jesus.
You asked for this, John. You asked for this.
I did.
I did. He was in the DMs real quick, too. Before we get started, John, I just want to go over the rules with you really quick. You're going to have 2 minutes. The clock stops every time I ask you a question. If you ask me to repeat that question, the clock will run. So again, the clock stops when I give you the question. If you ask me to repeat that question, it will run. The clock runs while you give your answer. Each answer is worth 10 yards. You have 2 minutes to go 100 yards down the field and score a touchdown here. If you win, you will win this alternative, beautiful Heather Gray number 34 Bo Jackson jersey. It's got the 100 patch on it. It's got the 60 patch on it. It's real nice.
Real nice.
Are you a size large,
yeah.
John? Is a large going to fit you?
No, but I know people that will.
There you go.
There you go.
The other alternative is to frame it and put it up on your wall.
It's true.
Yeah.
Get it signed.
There it is. Get it
Hey,
signed.
we just bought a house that'll look real good in this garage if I do that. So
Oh, see.
In the man cave.
In the man cave.
That's right.
there you go.
So I got a lot of Raiders questions here from that we've amassed through the 2-minute drills, and I'm leaning on those. I know you listen to the show, so I'm expecting you to fare pretty well at this. I think some of these questions they will sound familiar to you, and that's okay. That's not cheating. You know, if you watch the show, you pick up some Raiders knowledge, you use that knowledge to win yourself a jersey.
That's right.
But I do need to remind you that breathing down your neck is the 2-minute drill champion, Raider Roo.
Ooh.
He's willing to come on and just snatch this jersey away from you if you can't get it tonight. So you need to answer 10 questions, and I'm going to keep going. If you get a question wrong, I may ask you 15 questions. You only need to answer 10 of them, as long as you can do it within 2 minutes. Che, if you can, just hold your hand up high when time runs out, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, John, do you have any questions before we get started?
Nah, I'm good to go.
All right, so just a reminder, no stalling. Want you to hit them with that no stalling graphic. Again, the official 2-minute drill no stalling t-shirt available at DC4L Custom Tees. You know, if you want to rep that, you can. If you win this, I will see if I can throw one of those in as a kicker. Let me see if Dan will hook you up.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. With them classic Kenny Stapler shades. The skull with the classic Kenny Stapler shades.
Oh, man. We'll see how it goes.
All right. All right. Che, go ahead and cue up your timer.
I got it ready to go, bro.
All right, I'm going to ask the first question. No stalling. All right. All right. As soon as I'm done asking this question, he's on the clock. All right. So let's get it started here.
Cool.
From 1973 to 1978, the Raiders met Kansas City 11 times. Of the 11, how many games did the Silver and Black win?
To 8?
Who was the Raiders' first number 17 overall pick in the first combined AFL-NFL draft in 1967? Let me repeat this, Che. Who was the Raiders' first pick in the first combined AFL-NFL draft in 1967?
Gene Upshaw?
That is correct. What Pro Bowl quarterback wore the number 15 for the Raiders from 1993 to 1996?
Hostetler.
That is also correct. Which Raiders defensive end set a club record while leading the league with 16 sacks in 2005?
Derek Burgess.
That is correct. Name the only two Raiders ever to post 5 sacks in a game.
Khalil Mack and Howie Long.
That is also correct. What nose tackle ranks 4th on the Raiders' all-time sack list?
Nose tackle. Russell Maryland?
That is incorrect. Only 2 quarterbacks in Raiders history have passed for 6 touchdowns in a single game. Name them.
Who? Derek Carr and LaMonica?
That is incorrect. Who passed for 300 or more yards in a game, a club record, 20 times for the Oakland Raiders?
Rich Gannon?
That is correct. What Raiders tight end led the NFL in receptions in the 1980s?
Todd Christensen.
That is correct. Before Khalil Mack in 2016, who was the last Raider to win Defensive Player of the Year from the Associated Press?
What's his name? The guy that stuttered a lot. Hayes.
That is correct.
No.
Against what team did the Raiders score season-high 38 points in a game during their 2016 season?
Buccaneers.
That is incorrect. All right, let's pause that timer. Let's pause that timer.
I got it, pause.
All right, we've gone through actually 11 questions. Out of those 11, you've got 4 wrong. That means you have 7 correct. How much time is left on the clock?
53 seconds.
You're sitting pretty good right now. You're sitting pretty good. You need 3 correct questions. You need 3 correct answers in the next 53 seconds. You feeling pretty good?
I'm feeling pretty good.
You should. You should. All right. I'm going to go into the surplus now. All right, get ready, Che.
I'm ready.
What player led the Raiders in touchdowns, a club record 6 seasons in a row during the 1990s?
Tim Brown.
2 more. What reserve safety posted a team-leading 14 tackles on kick coverage for the Raiders in their 12-win season in 2016?
Fuck, I have no idea.
In the lowest scoring game in club history entering 2017, the Raiders beat the Chargers 6-0 on a pair of field goals kicked by who?
Tavecchia. Son of a bitch.
In 2001, this Raider DB led the team with 5 interceptions. Who is he?
Woodson.
He played for the Saints and the Lions, but in 1995, he was the single-season sack leader for the Oakland Raiders.
95. It's not Eric Allen.
It's not. This running back this running back spent his career in the AFC West, beginning with the hated Chiefs before joining our beloved Raiders. He ran for over 1,000 yards just once in his career. Who is he?
Oh shit. Garner? Nah, I know it.
The Raiders won 4 games in 2018. Name all 4 teams they beat.
All 4 teams.
That's it.
The
That is it, my friend.
Okay.
Ran out of time.
Timer is up.
Ooh,
Damn,
you're
bro.
so close.
You were right there, dog.
You got 8 correct.
Yo, see, John, listen, man. The where you really messed up, man, was when you didn't have the answer. You just took too long just trying to get the answer. You could have just fucking said, I don't got it. And we would have given you the fucking and we would have fucking stopped that clock, bro. But you sat there and you thought about it. Don't think about it.
We'll let that be a lesson to everyone else. Fucking A.
You had it though, dog. You were right there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Ah, man. Good to be the guinea pig, though.
John, you did really well, man.
Hell yeah.
And just for that, I'm gonna buy you a 2-minute drill T-shirt and send that out to you.
There you go. There you go.
How about that?
Ah, fuck yeah. Thank you.
All right, cool. So,
what size though?
Yes. Send me your size. And I'll get. John's a tall guy, so I'm guessing you're what? Are you a XL? Is that right?
Yeah, XL or double X, depending on if it shrinks or not, but usually XL.
And depending on how many chelas you had previously.
John, since
we just moved, so I shrunk down a little bit because we just moved, but fucking A, I'm about to swell back up.
There you go.
Hey, you got past the holidays though, but John, while we got you on the phone, man, 2019 season, it's a lot of ups and downs. 6-4 at one point, still in the playoff hunt here in week 17. What was just your overall feeling at the end of the season? Like, what's your takeaway on this team after it all said and done?
I mean, when it really boils down to it, it really pisses me off. But on top of it, it was a lot of fun. Like, it was a lot better than last year because last year fucking sucked.
Oh yeah.
Like, just be real. Like, that shit was not even fun. And this year was like, at least we had a chance.
Yeah.
At least it's fun to be disappointed versus just expecting to lose all the time. So that's where I'm at right now.
Those are motherfucking facts, bro.
I mean, as a fan, that's all we want, right? Is a reason to get excited before kickoff every single weekend. And as Raider fans, we do anyways. But to really have some hope going through all 17 weeks of the season, We want to thank you for coming on, but I mean, just the three of us right now on the air. Thank the Raiders for giving us, at the very least, an entertaining season.
Hell yeah.
As frustrating as it was at times,
Hell yeah.
it was a lot of fun this year.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait for next year, but wish it was back in Oakland, but that's just how it goes.
So are you ready for this off season? It's going to be a wild off season, man.
Yeah, as long as there's no AB drama, and I don't think there will be. I think we learned our lesson from that. That's going to be, we're going to be in good shape.
I think so too. I think this team definitely.
But will there be drama?
Always drama in the NFL.
Right.
Yeah.
Always drama on Raider Nation.
Yeah.
The quarterback controversy starts. It started. It's already been started.
It started with the fucking.
Oh yeah.
It started with the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and was it just
Christ goes with Carr,
Yeah, it's true. And earlier this week, Jason La Canfora from CBS Sports did report.
Add a little fuel to the fire, huh?
He did. He did. He kicked it off before the offseason started. So, I guess one last question before you go: what do you want to see in the quarterback situation starting next year? Do you want to see Carr grooming somebody? Do you want to see Carr as is, or do you not want to see Carr at all?
I mean, I already saw what happened with Chris Sims, so what I'm thinking is maybe another actual adult that can play behind Carr for a couple games until Carr proves himself and shows everyone that he's bitch made, and that's just how it's going to be. And I was the biggest Carr supporter for years, and I mean, we got to drop his ass like a bad habit eventually.
Yeah.
Well said, John. Well said.
I ain't mad at that take.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
It's a good take right there.
Yeah, a good showing tonight on the 2-minute drill. I think that was a strong effort, man. 8 out of 10. I did throw some very difficult questions at you. I did not pre-screen these questions. Chase saw me just scroll at random, stop, and highlight like 10 questions, and that's where we started. So
that's right.
Man, you had some tough ones in there, but you did really well. You answered quite a few that I didn't think you'd get to. So, good job, and thanks for supporting the show. And it's always nice drinking beers with you, man. John, by the way, has brought some of the finest beers to the television.
Oh, absolutely. The Southern California SD and Orange County beers, man. Those look delicious. Thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Yeah, you have a good one. Are you going to be on the?
Absolutely.
Are you going to be on the chat after this? You're going to hang out with us for a little bit.
Hopefully a little bit. The baby's asleep, so
there you go.
We'll see how it goes.
Is your wife's name Vanessa, by the way?
Yeah, you remember, huh?
Yeah, well, she's on the chat right now giving us your T-shirt size, so she's
yeah,
she's holding you
perfect.
down.
That's a good lady right there, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out. Way to hold it down.
I married up. I knew what was going on.
There you go. Shout out to both you guys, tremendous people. And if you ever meet John at a Raider game, ask him for a beer and give him daps and show him some love.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for being part of the family, John.
Thanks. And then obviously ask Bobby for a puff because Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Because Jesus Christ.
That's it. Well, happy New Year, man. Stay safe. Congratulations to you and the lady. Take care of that baby. Raise them right. You get that Raiders jersey on lock.
Absolutely.
And introduce them to this world of pain we've come to know and love.
Absolutely. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, boss.
Happy New Year, brother.
Peace. All right, that was good. That was exciting.
That's good.
That actually got me pumped up. I was kind of low energy, but now I'm pumped up.
Yeah, bro. I thought he was going to get it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, there's like 53 seconds left, and he only needs fucking 3 more answers. Bro.
Stalling, bro.
Yeah, he stalled out.
Stalled
out. Don't stall out. Let that be a lesson to y'all.
Looking like Derek Carr behind the line, like waiting, staring down the question. No cap, John, but it was just too good of a comparison not to make. If you feel me?
Oh man,
let's get out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
Take this break.
We will see you guys on the other side.
Yeah,
we out here.
Peace.
Kenny Stapler reminding you all to visit DC4LCustomTees.com and OneNationFanwear.com. One Nation Fanwear providing the finest independent Raider Nation fan gear in the world. Hand-selected garment materials crafted by Just Win Johnny, the man with the pen game. Make sure you support OneNationFanwear.com, lacing you up with fresh gear all the time.
Hell yeah.
We're the Pillaging Podcast. And we'll see you after the break.
Yeah, boy.
Sure. And we're back.
Oh,
I told you it'd be a quick break.
it snuck up on you.
It did.
Snuck up on me.
It did. We got another beer to review.
Oh, yeah, let's hit that. And we're going to give you that fresh crack over here. I'm going to bring it over here so I don't get it all over the laptop.
Hey, if it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
So,
let me get this pour here.
So Chase opened up the whiskey tree.
The whiskey thief.
The whiskey thief.
Yeah.
Keep it in line with our aged brews.
Ooh, look at that dark ale though. Look at that.
I asked him for a taster pour.
Here we go. This is your cup over here, bro.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Hold on.
I wasn't getting mad either.
You get word. You said I asked for the taster pour.
I still got a game recorder back over here, bruh.
Here we go. I'll give you a little bit more than that.
There you go. I like when you say that. There we go. That's a nice one.
That's a taster pour.
This is a nice color. Definitely foggy. This is definitely an unfiltered beer. Without reading the can, I can tell you that right now.
I'm gonna just empty this bitch out right here.
So
this right here comes from Uncommon Brewers. Okay,
this is an uncommon sounding beer.
Yeah, it is, and this is actually a brew that I think was brought out to the tailgate. Right, it found its way into our cooler by one of you lovely listeners, followers, and supporters. I don't remember who it was that brought it to us. If you are on the chat, shout it out. But this whiskey thief, it's a smoked Scotch style ale with heather blossoms, and it's a 9.2 on the ABV. Why don't you give them a little run off of that taste, that flavor profile?
It's very dry. I was expecting the whiskey note to be a lot stronger. It comes way after the swallow. I'm getting whiskey notes on the tongue much later. It's very dry.
It does have a dry end, but you know what? This is one of those smooth drinkers, bro. You
Real
gotta
smooth. Let
it sit on the palate for a little bit because there's a lot of caramelization going on in there, man. It's caramely.
It sounds like it wouldn't make sense, but it is definitely sweet on the first sip, and then it's dry on the back end. Absolutely no bitter notes coming off of this at all.
No,
very smooth.
Just dry. Just you get that little dry mouth feel after you done drunk it down. This comes from Santa Cruz though. Santa Cruz, California.
Nice.
Right down the street, right down the road from us. So shout out, man. Shout out to Uncommon Brewers.
I have a feeling that Bobby actually brought this.
Bobby?
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. So shout out to you, Bobby. And as a matter of fact, I don't think I've seen Bobby on the chat tonight. So, he's probably cupcaking it right now. Shout out to you, Bobby. You head of your biz, dog.
Actually, I asked Bobby who's going to come out, but it's been raining so much, and he's got the slick tires on the bike. So
we can't have your boy Bobby Wasabi out here risking his life to just get on the fucking show.
But okay. Bobby's going to meet up with me tomorrow at noon, and we're going to go see Skywalker.
Hey, you guys going to turn into Skywalker.
Yeah, we're going to walk the sky tomorrow.
Yeah,
and
I like it.
We might
like it.
Excuse me. We might be posting a review after the fact. This would be a very special review
of the movie.
Yes,
or the skywalking.
Yes, yes.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
So me and Bobby are gonna get loose tomorrow. We'll have a good time.
That's good, man. Now you make me feel like there needs to be a crow's nest, dog.
There needs to be a crow's nest.
There needs to be a crow's nest. I was actually gonna tell you if you wanted to knock one out tonight.
I asked you, bro.
You know, you asked me.
I
missed that, bro. That's my fault. I missed that.
We can make it happen. We get Paulie over here. He could bask in his team's win.
Yeah, win,
and we could drag
him.
And
he's gonna come out firing fucking about how Marshawn. See, I told you Marshawn wasn't gonna be anything. I told you they shouldn't have even brought him back, bro.
I told him, there's a Raiders game going on in the backyard right now. You want to go? I'll bring that pressure. My guy.
Shout out, Paulie.
Shout out,
Paulie, man.
Good for you, bro. He's actually a cool Niner fan.
He is.
But I will say this, man. Let's not get into it. This is a Raiders show. I want to talk shit about Niners.
Yeah. No.
a lot of our listeners, you're not from the Bay, so you're not around here to really get it, and that's fine. It's definitely a Bay Area rivalry. I get that. I'm not going to argue about that. Let's see if we can't get Kane on the phone right now, man.
Yeah, boy.
We'll see. Get him on the horn right now. Let's see if he's still up. He works hella early, man.
Yeah, your boy's up early he's up before the motherfucking rooster, bro.
So when he's not available, don't blame him. Blame me for running too damn long in that segment. that's on me. Let's see here. See if he picks up. If not, I'm gonna keep it moving.
Oh man, that's on me.
And yeah, nope. I haven't seen him in the chat either. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to open up the voice line.
You handle that.
Because we're going to go to phone calls. We've pretty much said all that needs to be said. And if you guys want to talk about it, I'm going to open up the phone line. So if you want to call in live right now, 408-909-PJFF. If not, we're going to go ahead and get started with these phone calls right here. I got a couple from last week. We're going to skip past those. This one came in at 8:15 this evening. So we've got a lot of calls here that came in late. This comes from the 360.
All right.
You know what? I'm not trying to sell moon rocks, I promise. So I apologize for my last call. Kenny Che Kane, brother Wasabi, what's up, baby? This is Pete.
What up?
How we doing, Pillagers?
Good.
You know, I'm start this off on a good note. I just, won a lot of.
You know what that means? This is Kenny Stapler. You're on the Pillaging Podcast.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you guys hear me?
I can.
Yep.
Oh, they can't hear me.
Come on, guys.
Hey, we're here.
What's going on, brother?
All right. This is Hardcore Raider, man. How you guys doing?
I'm doing well, Hardcore. How are you doing, bro?
All right. Tough loss. Just got home from the game, so.
Oh, were you out there in
shit.
Denver?
No shit.
Yeah.
How was it? Was it cold? Did you freeze your ass off?
I bundled up, bro, so.
Yeah.
It was cold.
It was what, about 28 degrees out there? About 30 degrees? Yeah.
It wasn't too bad until the sun went down, and then, about the fourth quarter in that range, started getting cold. Other than that, it wasn't too bad, but.
I've mentioned this before that nobody tailgates like Raider Nation, and I was kind of explaining my experience in Denver and KC and New York and how the Raider tailgate was fire, but the rest of it was very lackluster. Did you see an empty parking lot while you were out there, Hardcore?
Oh, man, dude, it's not even close, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody does it like Raider Nation. The family, the tailgating, it's not even in the same ballpark, you know what I'm saying? It's not. And it never, in my opinion, never will be. Not in Vegas. I mean, we'll rep as best we can, but to the circumstances, but nothing's ever going to be like an Oakland tailgate, in my opinion. But
and while we got you on the phone, let me just remind our listeners to make sure you subscribe to the Hardcore Raider YouTube channel.
That's right.
Hardcore's doing a really good job bringing a lot of voices together every single week on his show. It's sort of like the nexus of Raiders podcast. With so many Raiders podcasts out there, somebody had to do it, and Hardcore's doing the best he can to bring all those voices together. I'll be joining you with January 4th. Is that what we said?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's it. It's going to be you and Q from Locked On Raiders, Merv from Raiders Fan Radio, and then the Violator, Wayne Mabry, me, Hardcore Raider, and then Watts Raider, I believe, will
Damn.
That's what's up.
I better do my homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, I better start hitting the books.
That's good. And by the way, man, that just want to say I'm sorry that it wasn't able to work out on Saturday, dog. But I am looking forward to hopping on with you too, dog. So just keep me in mind. Keep shooting me those messages, those DMs. Like I said, the family life gets a little difficult at times.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it definitely does.
Definitely, and that's the point of this podcast. Is we're just trying to bring the Raider Nation together. All these great Raider minds like yourselves out there, man. Just kind of a one-time visit here and there. Nothing permanent, and just kind of keep a good rotation going to lock into, everybody's opinions on whatever's going on. So,
well, we appreciate what you're doing, hardcore.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You called us tonight, so what you called us? What's on your mind? What did you want to talk about?
Yeah, and hold on before you get into it, because everybody knows when hardcore calls in, he's got them fire ass takes.
That's it.
So I'm expecting some fire takes. So we need to get some of that energy, hardcore. Because I hear you. You're a little down right now. We're all a little down about the way it ended. But we need some of that hardcore energy, though.
Well, first of all, I just want to give a mad shout out to Oakland, to the Oakland Raider fans. And, to me, it's kind of depressing. It's the end of an era. I know we've all tried to stay optimistic and support the team and stuff through this move. But, I kind of I got a big heart for you guys and the people that hold it down, that go to that stadium and fill up that stadium.
Appreciate you.
Year in, year out. And, I just feel like, even though I've been a diehard Raider fan, that we wouldn't be the Raider fans we are without you guys and the Oakland Raider fans holding it down, So
yeah,
it's saying goodbye to that, like this was it, and I wanted to go out on top. Like, to me, the 7-9 record, I don't know. I mean, it depends on what angle you take it from, but I definitely don't see it as a success. I see we were at a point where we were 6-4. Okay, we were 10 weeks into the season, and everybody's like, pulling out this stuff. Well, Antonio Brown, and we don't have talent, and we've all backed up Derek Carr. We've all found excuses, me included, to support this guy.
Yeah,
and for him to make $22.5 million a year, and for him to be getting paid top 10 quarterback money, but every year, he's in the 16 to 20 range, it's not good enough. The stuff that he said after press conferences, it's not good enough. His leadership, it's not good enough. The check downs, not good enough. The missing deep balls, not good enough. Throwing the ball away, it's just not good enough. I'm done with it, dude.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off. I mean, we could have won that game. We should have won that game. We got screwed by the refs, but more importantly, I mean, Carr should have had 2 more touchdowns, A lot of this falls on Derek Carr, no matter what excuses we find. I mean, we're 10 weeks into the season, and people are still blaming Antonio Brown that we can't fucking play football. You're telling me we can't have a playbook after 10 weeks after Antonio Brown to come up with a playbook to be a successful football team? That's horse shit.
It is.
And if we take the Stephen A take, well, we were only going to win 4 games anyways. No, dude. It's commitment to excellence. It's not commitment to mediocrity.
Right.
I'm not buying that shit. We should have beat the Jets. We should have beat the Jags. Would we have been one and done in the playoffs? Hell yeah. But here's what I want to say about the game. First of all, the stadium seats, they said it was sold out for the 409th time in the NFL, and it's like second in the NFL streak. Dude, there was 30 to 40% of the seats gone. And guess what? Guess what Donkey fans did, man? They left at 2 minutes and 2 to 3 minute mark. They fucking won that game, and Donkey fans are leaving the damn stadium, I can't necessarily say that Raider fans haven't done that because we've seen it, but we've also seen Raider fans stick it through, Yeah. Raider fans been selling out that stadium, even if, we were at 7-9, and we were still selling out that stadium. So those fans are a joke to me, dude. It pisses me off. And, here's the thing with Derek Carr and Gruden and where we're at with Derek Carr. Derek Carr gets done, doing his check downs, throwing the ball away or whatever. He comes back to the sideline after the plays are done and the defense is going on, or we're punting or field goal or whatever. And he always gets with John Gruden. John Gruden literally walks away from Derek Carr in the middle of Derek Carr trying to explain to Gruden what happened.
Yeah.
John Gruden's just literally giving him the cold shoulder. And then Derek Carr goes and sits on the bench, and he's by himself. He's not getting with the wide receivers. He's not getting with the offensive coordinator. He's not digging in the playbook. He sits there by himself like an outcast, dude. He's dug his grave, in my opinion.
He's
dude.
done.
I'm done. I don't even want him on the fucking team anymore, dude.
He's done.
He's not the leader we need, dude. Get a 3rd, 4th round pick. I don't care, dude. It's going to be a process to bring in a young guy or whatever we do. But I'm done, dude. He's a Texans fan. He's not a Raiders fan. His dad is a Raiders fan. He has never once said, I grew up a Raiders fan. He said, I grew up and my dad was a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
He never claimed it, dude. He has shied away from it. He hasn't taken the blame enough, and he hasn't rallied up the troops. He doesn't do press conferences and say, I got to do better. I got to lead this team. We got to figure out a way to get more wins, get more production, or whatever it is. And after 6 years, This would be different if it's second or third year in the season. It's 6 years. He got paid. He's won 6 games, 4 games, and 7 games, dude. And at $22.5 million a year, he makes more than Tom Brady. No, I'm not buying it no more. I can't, dude. I'm sorry, but I'm done.
Tom Brady just dropped his phone right now. Tom Brady's like, what?
He dropped his phone during fucking this week's game, too. He lost the fucking Dolphins, dog.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the body language because I definitely noticed that during the game. And I thought to myself, they told this guy that you're done.
Listen. This is after that missed 2-point conversion to win the game. Derek Carr, they showed this on TV.
He was about to take off his jersey. Did you see that?
Derek Carr walked towards Gruden. Gruden didn't even fucking look at him. He was looking at one of the other coaches, and he was talking to
Paul.
And Carr is staring at him as he's walking past him. Walks behind him. You can see it. You can see it on camera. Mm-hmm. I'm like, the Carr Gruden thing is done, bro. It's like done. Gruden's like, you believe this motherfucker? You believe this motherfucker? I gave him the opportunity to prove to me that this is his job.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Well, exactly. And another thing is that, Gruden would have benched Carr 4 weeks ago, in my opinion. I think Gruden was fed up 4 weeks ago. We got to remember that Gruden is playing chess. We're playing checkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's playing chess. We're playing checkers. He would have benched Carr. But had Gruden benched Carr, guess what would have happened? No draft capital. You will not be able to trade him for diddly squelch because you lose confidence in your quarterback and you will have no trade value for your quarterback. The fact that he kept him in was just a matter of trying to get something out of Carr through this. I said it in the chat, dude. I'll put my paycheck on it, dude, that Carr is getting traded, dude. After seeing that body language, because I saw it all game, bro, dude, like straight up, man. It wasn't just at the end of the game. It was all game, dude. And it's not just this game. I've seen it through the season, dude. And, that's not – you got a coach that's there for 8 more years. You got a quarterback making top dog money, and he's playing mediocre. It's not good enough.
Absolutely, man. You're absolutely right, dog.
And you saw it in the first half when Derek Carr calls a timeout with the play clock expiring. He goes over to the sideline, and John's looking at him like, just run the fucking play, man. Yeah. He looked at him. He literally told him that. What's the problem? Yeah. Run the fucking play I called.
Yeah.
I read his lips.
And Carr goes like this, shrugs his shoulders. He tries to fucking say something back, bro. Instead of
golly.
Yeah, come on.
Oh.
Yeah. Give me a little. Give me something, bro. Cuss back. Say something back at him. Say like, "Fuck you, Gruden." Like I fucking ran the play. Shit didn't work. Say something. If you gave me that much, then I would feel like you have some fucking fire in you, and you do want to be here.
Yeah.
But we don't get that. We get the fucking I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And then they come back from the timeout and run a handoff, which was likely the same play he had installed before the timeout. John says, no, you're going to run this play, get back out there and run it. Because you don't take a timeout and go for a handoff to DeAndre Washington, who played well today, by the way.
Right.
And I think it was like a 4-yard carry, 3-yard carry after that. And it was several plays before that. Derek Carr changed up the entire play.
Yeah.
Because the announcers even comment.
Yeah.
The entire play changes up. Goes to a play action, which winds up as a check down that goes for 2 yards.
Yeah.
John Gruden lived on the sideline again.
Well, and the timeout was a second down. How many times have you seen Carr call a timeout and it's not a third down? It's not like it's a critical down. He calls it on first down, second down. It's happened at least, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah.
It's not like this is the first time this has happened. He missed Hunter Renfrow, dude, on a touchdown. Hunter Renfrow was wide open.
Yeah.
He missed Zay Jones, which would have been almost a guaranteed touchdown, dude. Zay Jones was deep, man, and he was hella open, dude. And what does he do? Check it down, dude. Gruden's play calling has been a little too conservative at times. I'll definitely admit that. But, I can't see Gruden being the mastermind that he is, to some degree of a mastermind, and tell Derek Carr, don't take Zay Jones for the touchdown. Go fucking throw a 7-yard pass.
Right.
I mean, dude.
Right.
I'm just tired of the excuses and people saying, well, Derek Carr doesn't have enough talent, doesn't have enough wide receivers, dude. Look at all the great quarterbacks throughout history, dude. What do? They go on the sideline. They get with the wide receivers. They get with the team. They get with the offensive coordinator, dude. They crunch it out. They figure out They rally up the troops, man. They get people motivated. They don't go on the bench and they're not feeling sorry for themselves, dude. You know, and Tom Brady, Tom Brady's obviously a better quarterback, but look what he's done with inefficient wide receivers and stuff, dude. The great leaders figure out a way to get the best out of their team, dude.
Fuck it. And, look at what Rich Gannon did.
Yeah.
Everyone likes, we had Tim Brown and Jerry Rice. He had Jerry Rice for 1 year.
Yeah.
Neither one of those guys were burners the whole time they were there. I'm sorry. I love Tim Brown. Right. He was not a speedster during the Gannon era.
Bro.
He was he was a slant, route running, catching, rack wide receiver. Sure-handed possession wide receiver. You had Jerry Porter. You had Ricky Dudley, and you had Charlie Garner, who was definitely the secret weapon there, and you had Tyrone Wheatley, who was a beast as well. But none of these guys are Hall of Famers, save for Tim Brown.
Right.
None of these guys were. Well,
I mean, Jerry Rice that 1 year.
1 year.
Right? But listen, that's a great point because let's look at what happened the years that followed. A couple years later, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice are basically non-existent, and they slowly fucking fall into retirement, right? So for everybody to sit there and say like, oh, well, he had Hall of Famers, he had these great fucking receivers. No, he didn't. The Niners let go of Jerry Rice. Why? Because they thought he was done. They let go of Jerry Rice because they thought he was done. They said, we got a new young guy. His name's fucking Terrell Owens. We're going to let go of Jerry Rice now. He can go play for somebody else because he don't got it no more.
Sure.
Right? And we brought him in and we fucking made him a fucking Pro Bowler again. That's not just because Jerry Rice was a great receiver, which he was, but it's because the offense, the system helped him to fucking relive that past success.
And Rich Gannon, time and time again, willed things into existence. He made shit happen.
Absolutely.
Whether with his legs or with a check down or forcing a ball in deep,
or a fucking sidearm throw.
Anything.
Something.
You know,
improvisation. He improvised, bro. That's improvisation. That's what Gannon did best, bro. That's what he did best.
Well,
that's what Carr doesn't do at all.
A lot of people get twisted. What a lot of people get twisted with Gannon is like he struggled, man. He was on the Vikings and struggled, went to the Chiefs, and he was hit and miss on the Chiefs, but he came to the Raiders. And what's the main difference between him and Carr? He was fucking hungry, dude.
Yeah.
He came into the organization. He said, get rid of these foosball tables, the pool tables, and we're going to get to fucking work, man. It's time to get to business, man. You didn't hear him saying, oh, Raider Nation booed me for 6 years, and, oh, nobody cares, and fucking boo-hoo me. I don't like to get yelled at, dude. No, man. $22.5 million, and I got to stick my foot up your ass to get you motivated? Fuck no, man. I'm sorry, dude.
Those are facts, bro.
Like, and Kenny, last thing I want to say, Kenny, dude, you hit the nail on the head. Say, okay, the PSLs for Vegas, they're like, I don't know, between $7,000 and $9,000 to see, right? And then your season ticket, maybe it's $2,500 or whatever, you know? So you buy 2 seats, you're probably in the bank by maybe $25,000-$30,000. You're telling me you spent $30,000 on 2 seats, and you're like, man, dude, I can't wait to see Carr balling up in Vegas, man. Dude, you know what I mean? We got the draft coming, and it's in Vegas, right? We all know how the draft hype goes, dude. Gruden's playing chess, we're playing checkers, and the last thing I'll say, for those that don't agree with me, because I know there's going to be plenty full of them, and I've tried to hold back some punches until this point, but I've made my decision, I'm sticking to it 100-fold, is, don't be surprised. And to those that love Carr and you guys can't get past it, I'm going to feel bad for you when you get macked, because you will get macked, whether it's now or later.
Yeah.
I'm emotionally detaching, dude. I'm not getting macked.
Hey, fire.
Straight fire.
The hot take. Real quick, bro, because I know you're about ready to get off this call. I did tune into your show, and I did hear a lot of excuses for Carr, and I did hear a lot of talking down on Gruden's system, his offensive play calls, his his maybe out of date system, offensive system. How do you feel about Gruden's offensive system? Do you feel that Gruden's system is outdated? Do you think it can't be successful in this current NFL, or do you think this is just we don't have the right guy to run it?
For me, it's a catch-22 because I try to look at it. I'm like, well, how much of this is Carr and how much of this is Gruden? Because, Gruden runs the ball way too much on first down. I don't know the exact percentage, but somebody should figure it out. I mean, we're running like 90% of the time on first down.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's times in games where I'm like, dude, do the play action on first down and just throw it deep, man.
Absolutely.
Do that deep pass, man. Be unpredictable. Sometimes it's too predictable. It's like, Gruden has said, like, I love it when, we're going to run. They know we're going to run, and we're still going to run the ball. Well, you know what? Like, that's kind of funny at first, but then when we're losing games, because you're like, even against the Chargers, dude, we started, it worked at first in the second half, but there was a portion in the game where there was about 6 minutes left against the Chargers where we were running the ball way too much. My philosophy on football is essentially this: do not play the game to run out the clock. Play the game to win the game.
Right.
Go and score touchdowns and score points, and guess what? It doesn't matter what's on the clock, dude, because stick that dagger on their throat and you slice them, dude. Take them to their knees. You will kill the morale of the team, kill the momentum of the other team if you score points, dude. Just because of the psychological battle that people face when they see you're ahead by 2 touchdowns and there's 4 minutes to go or 6 minutes to go. That kills a team, dude.
Right.
Like, we have to get to a point where we punch it in. And then as far as the checkdowns and Derek Carr and the play calling, it could be a 50-50 split. I mean, it's hard to say because, Derek Carr has some blame. Gruden might have some blame. And then as far as like my platform, I tone it back a notch and I try to make it about everybody who joins.
Yeah.
No, I know. That's why I asked you the question.
Of all opinions, even if it's different than mine,
Absolutely.
without personally attacking other people. I don't agree with everybody, but at the same time, like, I want to hear from everybody's opinions, dude. And that's the uniqueness of it is, a lot of us don't always agree. So, you get a wide variety of philosophies or opinions, whether they're right or wrong is up to the listener to decide.
Absolutely. No. And that was no hate on anybody. I'm just saying I did tune in
Mm-hmm.
and I did hear a lot of basically Gruden bashing and some standing up for Carr, right? On Carr's behalf. So I just wanted to get your take on air here with us because like you said, your platform is for everyone to kind of speak their mind without any opinions or any bashing or anything like that.
We just wanted to give you a forum to express your opinion unimpeded.
Hell yeah.
It's nice to do it in a room that's not so crowded and just to kind of piggyback
Absolutely
on some of the things you said and the points that were brought up on your show, not by yourself hardcore, but others. And these are points that are just being brought up in general. I'm not trying to like put you in the crosshairs, not at all.
No,
I think
I got you guys.
What I want to talk about is, a lot of people want to bash on Gruden's system and say it's outdated, but then they want to say that Carr doesn't have the weapons. Well, when your quarterback doesn't have the weapons, neither does your head coach. And that does affect the play call.
Yeah.
And so, while shit rolls downhill, problems also trickle back upstream as well. So I don't feel like John Gruden's system is completely outdated. Football is football. Power is still power. Lincoln Kennedy is calling out plays that he recognizes, and those plays are working.
Yeah.
And Lincoln loves it.
Yeah.
What he does not love is the lack of execution on the field and the lack of fire on the field because John and his system can get it done. The only thing I don't like about John that I've always bothered me is his complacency when the team has a lead.
Yeah.
But
second half lead when you got the lead, slow down the pace of the game, basically run the clock out, try to hold on to the lead. That's what we remember.
But you guys are gonna love this chokehold system once we have a defense that can put teams to sleep.
Oh, absolutely.
You're gonna love it.
Absolutely.
Wins change everything. It's the best medicine. It's the best deodorant. But right now, we need some fire on the field, and we don't have that.
I do have one more thing to say though. In terms of when we're trying to grade or judge Gruden's system, what we remember from the Gannon years is Gannon basically got handed a few fucking plays, right? He got handed a few different plays. Okay, this is the main play, and here's your 2 other plays. And you can fucking get out of this play if it ain't the right fucking play. Now, your comment was that we run the ball almost every fucking time that we're on first down. Fucking Derek Carr has the ability to fucking oddball out of all the other fucking plays We see him change other plays. We see him make calls at the line. We saw it today. Saw him make a completely different, change the play completely. Everybody's turned around looking at him. Okay, what are we doing? So why is it that this guy can't do that on first down?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well,
why is it that he can do it?
He said numerous times that he just plays, the position and does what he's told and lets the coaches coach.
And that's a lie.
Right.
That's a lie.
But see,
exactly.
But that's a problem to me.
You
but
call
that's
it like it is.
But that's the number one fucking problem to me, Derek Carr. Okay, is that you're sitting here making an excuse for why you're not being successful by saying I'm just going out there and doing what coach asked me to do.
Yeah.
Okay? No, motherfucker. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about you improvising and saying, you know what? I got a handful of fucking plays I can choose from. Yeah, this is the call, the first call. I don't have to stick to the first call. Maybe I got to read the defense and I got to change the play. Maybe I got to go with a pass play on first fucking down because that's what the defense is dictating. But you're going to go ahead and fucking run the ball, and then you're going to fucking come up at the end of the game once you lost the fucking game and say, you know what, I just try to do what coach does. He tells me to put it here, I put it there.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit, dog.
You're audibling out of plays because you're worried it's going to take 4 seconds or longer to get the ball out. Let me just get this bubble screen in effect so I can get off the field clean and play safe. And that's tiring. Go ahead, Hardcore.
At the end of it, like where I'm at with Gruden, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'll make it quick. I met the dude in 2005, dude, after the Super Bowl. It was when I was putting my dad's ashes up. I looked him in the eye, and I said, I'm the biggest Raiders fan ever. And I could see the pain in his eyes as he shook my hand and squeezed my hand like he wanted to punch me in the face because he was pissed, and he said, yeah, I used to be too. And so the dude never wanted to leave the Raiders.
No.
He has unfinished business with the Raiders, and the dude is a Raider. As far as I'm concerned, I will ride this ship with Gruden until the motherfucker sinks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, Gruden is a Raider. Carr is not. Carr's out. I'm sticking with Gruden. I'm going to ride this thing out, dude. And, I hate the phrase trust the process, but, I think that some great things can happen. And if we have to get a young QB and have some struggles through that growing process, I'll stick it out for whatever's best for the future of the Raider franchise.
Well said, man. Well said. And keep up the great work. Thanks for calling in tonight, Hardcore.
Real quick, though. On the chat, Josh Frachon, he asked the question, when has Carr ever said that? And I don't know if that's in terms of me saying Carr basically saying that he's just putting the ball where fucking coach wants him to.
Said that like 4 weeks ago.
Bro, just tune into the fucking after the game and all the fucking interviews leading up to the game. Okay? You hear that shit all the time.
Go to any loss we have, and he almost always says, well, I just let the coaches coach, and I'm just there to play football.
Right.
That's almost his answer every time.
Yeah.
Right.
Go to any loss, dude.
Yeah, he said it. He said it, yeah. Again, thanks for calling in. You're killing it, Hardcore. Keep up the great work. Get home safe. And thanks for representing the nation out there today in Denver.
Hell yeah.
All right, love you guys, man. Go Raiders. Look forward to seeing you next week on the Hardcore Raider Nation podcast on YouTube. Love you guys.
You got it. Love you too, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
Peace.
All right. Out.
All right. That's fire call, man. Fire call. That went long, and it needed to. It needed to. Let's finish up this call here with, who are we talking? Pete, right? Pete.
Honey, not a lot actually, not much at all. But I put a couple boogie dollars down on the Vegas win total for the Raiders. And you know what? We hit the over today.
Ooh, good for you.
Not as much as I would have liked to. And you know what? We're not in the playoffs.
Let's take this call, and then we're going to close the line for a minute. It hung up. I did hit the green button. You saw that.
Call back.
I'm not calling in pissed off this week. I know the show's on right now, and if you air this, thank you guys very much. But here's what I got to say about this season. I am a top 5 percentile, first-generation 2-minute drill caller.
That's true.
I am an award winner of the week. And, I'm bragging on myself just a little bit. I got to say, like in review with 2019, like there was a lot of good moments to be had in this podcast, especially with calling in. I'm gonna tell you what my favorite story of this podcast was. It was in the off season. It was real offbeat. This was after the draft.
It's a good place to pause this because I want to hear this story. This call is coming from the 510. This is Kenny Stapler. You're on the air. Make sure you mute your live stream.
Hello?
Can you please mute your live stream?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, this is Berserko.
Oh, what's good, Berserko?
Berserko, I need you to mute your player because I can hear the delay.
Yeah.
Okay. I turned it down.
Hey, but we appreciate you tuning in, dog.
Thank
Just
you.
saying.
It was good to meet you too. What's up, Berserko? Call in.
I had to call in after listening to Hardcore because I just did the podcast with him a couple of days ago.
That's what's up.
So, but he just went hard on DC, man. He hurt me. He hurt me listening to that. I wish I had his personal number because I would have texted him, get off my guy, man. Leave him alone.
All right, so we got the other side here. Let's go, Berserko. Let's go.
I'm not listening to him. I'm not saying don't get rid of Derek Carr.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. I agree. We do need another quarterback.
Okay.
I don't think another quarterback.
Great call. Thanks for calling in, Berserko. I'm playing.
I don't think another quarterback is going to prevent. It's going to help as much as people think it is. Our defense is still giving up 40 points a game.
Yeah, absolutely
A new quarterback is going to have to throw the ball for at least 5 touchdowns a game if they keep that defense. I think defense should be a top priority first.
No, I feel you, though.
Okay, pause right there because we lost our quarterback on the defense halfway through the year, and I have a feeling Burfict will be back. You lost your star rookie in Abram the first game of the season.
Yep.
And with all these picks, I think Gunther's going to get more toys in the offseason. The Marcus Joyner experiment did not work out. I think Gunther's going to get a pass, much to a lot of people's dismay. But I see your point. Go ahead.
He has too many injuries.
Go ahead.
He has to get a pass. He has to get a pass on defense because, like you said, we lost our quarterback. Burfict was our quarterback, so he's gone. We lost Abram week 1.
Right.
And we lost Carl Joseph. I think we need to bring Joseph back.
Absolutely.
I do think we need to do that. But I think next year we'll be fine next year.
I want to remind you that when we gave up 40 points to the Chiefs, our offense scored 9 points. When we gave up 34 points to the Jets, our offense scored 3 points.
Yes.
Okay. When we gave up,
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't know if people play football before, but I played football. And when we play football, our coach, he calls 2, maybe 3 plays at one time.
Right.
So from what I'm seeing, just going off personal experience of playing football, I can only assume that these plays, when DC checks or changes the plays, these are plays that Gruden has called already. These are plays that have came into him already. When I played football, the coach gave us 3 plays, and he told the quarterback, call these 3 plays. I don't care which one you run, but these are the only 3 plays we're going to call. Right. So I agree with y'all when y'all say DC needs to be like, fuck you, Gruden. I'm changing this play. I don't care about the 3 you call. I see some difference in his defense. But he's not doing that. He's literally running the play that Gruden is calling.
But
and the next quarterback that's come in is going to do the same exact thing. He's going to run the plays that Gruden is calling. We're going to be back in the same situation in 2020, and we can't have that.
Real quick, because I did play football, and I didn't play it at a high fucking level, but I did play football.
Oh, no, me neither.
And I understand that the coach will give you a few calls. If you trust the quarterback, you're gonna give him a few fucking plays, right? If you don't trust the quarterback, you're gonna fucking make one play and say, go out there, fucking run the goddamn play that I'm telling you to run. Okay?
Yeah.
But you give him a few plays, and the plays are dictated on different looks, right? Can we agree on that? So if Carr is running the ball, choosing to run the ball against a look that says don't run the ball, but he's got 2 other fucking play calls in the bag that are supposed to be for other looks, then ain't we just kind of following up with the same argument that we're making? Like, I believe I agree with you. I think he has a few plays to make, a few calls to make at the line, and that's about it. I don't think he's got like free reign of the whole fucking playbook, right?
No, I don't think so.
I think he absolutely goes to the line with 3 play calls for 3 different looks. Okay, you go to the line on first down, and the call was a run, but you have 2 other plays in the bag. That I have to know. Gruden went and sent out 3 fucking run plays, right?
I also happen to know that Gruden's not installing 5 pass plays in a row where the 2-yard check down is the primary wide receiver. So within each play, you have at the very least 3 to 4 options to pass the ball.
That's true.
So
I don't.
You know what I mean?
The commentator said today that DC don't trust his wide receivers. So hearing that today furthermore told me that they're not on the same page. All these moving pieces that we have, DC is still week 17 not on the same page with his wide receivers, especially since him and Tyrell been together since training camp, because he came in a little after AB did.
No, listen. I don't disagree with you on that. I think he does have some issues trusting his wide receivers, but his job isn't to fucking avoid receivers, bro. His job is to throw the fucking ball to wide open receivers. Okay? What happens from that point on, that's not on him. But when you avoid to make the throw as a whole, now it's on you, dog. Now it's on you because you're not even giving us an opportunity. Okay, you throw the fucking ball and the guy drops the ball. Okay, then we take the blame off of you. We say, Carr made a fucking beautiful throw. This asshole dropped the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden we're blaming somebody else, Derek Carr. But Derek Carr, you're not making the fucking throw. And that's what bothers me.
Look, I work with kids. I've been in management for 15 years. My whole job is delegating and giving people responsibilities to take care of. I don't trust half the people I've worked with, but I give them opportunities to succeed or to fail on a daily basis.
There you go.
And if they fail, I'm there to catch them no matter what. And so you have to put the ball out of your court. Otherwise, you're going to continue to catch heat every week.
There you go.
And much to John's, I'll give it up to John because in those 3 weeks that we were giving up points, we gave up like 95 points in 3 weeks. John said, we're going to make changes. The last 3 weeks, we've given up like 45 points.
There you go.
So it's changed. So John knows how to control the culture of this team and knows how to manage a system. I'm looking for players that can get out there and run it for him.
There you go.
Which is why I need everybody to relax because this is only year 1 of the rebuild.
But it's year 2 of Derek Carr in this system.
But okay, let me ask y'all a question. How many teams do y'all know that has been successful with this many moving pieces?
Now, hey, listen, we're not arguing that at all, bro. All we're arguing is what we see on the field on the part of this man, dog. We agree that the defense did not perform during the season. We give our trash can player award to fucking defensive players most of the fucking weeks.
Yeah, I mean, if you want me to bring up an example of that, I will point to the fact that the Miami Dolphins beat the Patriots today when the Patriots were fighting for a first round bye and home field advantage in the playoffs.
There you go.
And the Miami Dolphins went out and smacked them today. Ryan Fitzpatrick beat Tom Brady today.
Punch him in the motherfucking mouth.
Yeah. You want to talk about a team with moving pieces, a team with no weapons? The Miami Dolphins beat a division rival today.
There you go. There you go.
In the New England Patriots.
There you go.
It can happen.
Listen, let me ask you this, Berserko, because we know we saw you come on the chat last week too. Well, not last week, but the week before when we were on here.
Yeah.
And I saw you. You said you gotta take it easy on my boy Carr. And I respect that, dog. You back in the quarterback. He's the quarterback of our team. We want him to be successful. Make no fucking buts about it, bro. We don't want this guy to fucking fail. We want him to be successful.
For the last 3 years, we've made excuse after excuse.
Hell yeah.
We've taken it easy on him.
But listen. Let me ask you. Be honest, and tell me.
Take my fanship. I'm gonna give you my answer as not the fan. I'll be honest.
There you go. Be honest. Did he not have opportunities to win this fucking game?
Yes.
And did he take full advantage of those opportunities?
No, because the play that pissed me off the most,
was the overthrow on Renfro.
That one right there, and the 3rd and 2 when he threw it to the ground when he could have ran.
There you go. There you go.
I threw my PS4 controller and almost broke my teeth.
And there was a play in the second half too on second down where he steps up into the pocket and takes a sack, and he's got a wide open Zay Jones off to the left, like 5 yards deep. Could have passed it to him, never even looked his way once.
Made his mistake.
Well, listen, there was other plays too. There was other plays where he got sacked. He stayed on the backside of the pocket when there was free roam. He could roam. He could like move forward in the pocket, avoid the sack, but he stayed on the back end of the pocket and took the sack. And it's like, we're not just haters, bro. Like we're just seeing too many things that tell us that this guy's not in the right headspace,
making rookie mistakes
to beat our fucking quarterback right now. Like, I want this motherfucker to prove me wrong. I want him to fucking go out there, throw for 300, 400 fucking yards and fucking 5 touchdowns, and then turn around and say, like, fuck you, Pillaging Podcast. Here, eat that shit. But he doesn't, dog. He hasn't done that.
Listen, you can't have your cake, sir, and eat it too, because he threw for 391 today.
Okay. How many touchdowns?
Yeah, 1 touchdown.
That's what I'm talking about, dog.
3. He should have had 3.
Yeah, but should have, could have, would have, bro. This is every week.
The Renfro, that was a bad call on the ref. Renfro scored that touchdown.
Sure.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
And then
but then he overthrew Renfro when he had nobody within fucking 15 yards of him, dog.
How many 300 yards game? How many 300-yard games has he had this season?
Okay, he has 1 300.
How many 3 touchdown games has he had this season?
I don't think he has
1. He's got 1.
1? Yeah,
he's got 1.
2. He only has 1 300-yard game.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo has about 3 or 4 300-yard games, and Derek Carr still has more passing.
But he has a
300-yard game.
Right. He has a great defense, and you're making your argument, right? But Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't see him fucking. I don't know. I don't watch Niner games, so maybe I'm wrong on this. But I haven't seen the shrinking in moments that fucking matter from Jimmy Garoppolo. And I'm a fucking Raider fan. I hate the fucking Niner.
Play caller.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. We just talked about the fact that Carr had his opportunities to win this fucking game. That's not on the offensive play calling, dog.
Which quarterbacks?
What are you talking about?
Keep everything the way it is. Put Jimmy G on the Raiders. Put Derek Carr on the Niners. You don't get the same results, if not worse.
Give us something to cheer for. I don't know, man. I see Jimmy G as a risk taker. I see Derek Carr as not a risk taker. He's had more play callers than just Jongruden. He's had success 1 year, a year in which a lot of luck did go our way, a year in which we were at the top percentile in the league for turnovers. Derek Carr playing with a short field in 2016 the majority of the time. And Derek Carr's not a quarterback that can get it done on his own. I'm tired of people saying Derek Carr needs this and needs that and needs this, and then I don't need a quarterback that needs everything around him to be completely perfect and in a vacuum to win. Okay, we did not draft Derek Carr to lead the league in passing yards. We drafted Derek Carr to win football games, real football games, not fantasy football games, actual factual football games, score touchdowns.
Real quick, Berserko. Okay, real quick. Okay. So listen, this is where our pain and our fucking anger comes from, okay? Because the shit that we're telling you he's not doing right now, he did in 2016. And you're talking about how he doesn't have the right pieces. He doesn't have a fucking good defense. The defense isn't shutting people down. Did our defense shut people down in 2016?
No, but we for sure had a top defense in 2016.
And every top tier wide receiver Derek Carr has quit on him.
We went 12-4 in 2016, dog. Mm-hmm. Without a fucking top tier defense. And people can say we had Khalil Mack, but that's about all we had. Mm-hmm. And I see people in the chat talking about fucking Khalil Mack being a leader. He wasn't a fucking outspoken leader. The veterans on the team were the fucking leaders. And Mack just went out there and fucking did his goddamn job.
Marcel Reese was the leader of that team.
I watched the quarterback on Saturday that after the way he played Saturday, he should be the steal of the draft for us in the 3rd round. Like I said,
who's that?
I'm not saying
Who's that?
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
I know he didn't play well against LSU, but I'm sure we can all agree LSU runs an approach style offense. The whole starting offense and the whole starting defense could be in the NFL. Could get drafted to the NFL.
Okay. Hey, listen. So at the end of the day, what you're saying is draft a quarterback.
I'm saying, thank you. I'm saying,
here we are.
What I'm saying is, in 2020, Derek Carr will be the quarterback of this Las Vegas Raiders. I hate the way the fuck it sounds. Of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Just say Raiders, bro.
Don't draft the quarterback. Mm-hmm. I'm saying the defense should be priority when we're drafting for in the 1st round. And we get to the 3rd round.
I don't disagree with you, dog. I don't disagree with you. I want to take more defensive players because I want to fucking solidify this defense too. But I do think we need to fucking get CD Lamb if we can.
So here it is.
I don't think he's not going to be there.
And I don't
think he's going to be there.
Regarding the defense is a priority thing, the defense is a priority. But John Gruden is the head of this football team, whether you like it or not. And he's an offensive-minded coach, and he's going to get the toys he wants. John Gruden is the priority of this team.
Yeah.
There are 7 rounds to the NFL draft. We are not drafting our entire defense with 2 picks in the 1st. That's not going to happen.
Nope.
Mike Mayock has shown you. Mike Mayock has shown you he can get value in rounds 1 through 7. Where do we draft Maxx Crosby? Exactly.
5th.
So just because it doesn't come in the 1st doesn't mean it's not a priority. On top of that, we have, like I said earlier, a bevy with 2 V's of cap space in free agency to make some plays as well. So the defense will get pieces. We will get pieces back that are already on this roster. We'll get pieces back from suspension and from injury. The defense will be a priority, but that does not mean you can't make a play to get a quarterback at the same time. Look, we are in the middle of a rebuild. In the middle of a rebuild, not at the end of a rebuild, not at the beginning. Everyone says we are in the middle of a rebuild. We have holes still on both sides of the ball. You know what else is a priority? Wide receiver. Quarterback's a priority. Defense is a priority. There's a lot of priorities right now.
Yeah.
And you're going to take the high value player and the high value rounds, and you're going to value a quarterback over secondary every day. And it's going to keep happening.
Yeah.
So you said to yourself, you want to see a quarterback drafted. Hurts won't be there in the 3rd round. If you're going to get him, you're going to get him in the 1st, or you're going to trade back into the 2nd and hope that he falls to you. All right? If that's what they're going to get. And Oakland showed you last year that they're willing to reach. They will go get the player that they want. It doesn't matter what position they're in. If they're afraid that if they trade back and that guy's gone, they're just going to take him now. But they're going to get the players they want, and they're going to get value. Yeah. And I trust this front office now more than I have in a very, very long time.
That's a good call.
I agree. I'm trusting them more than I did Reggie McKenzie, because I thought when Reggie McKenzie came, that was it, especially after 2016. Like, we got our GM, we got our guy. Mm-hmm. But after watching Mike Mayock and John Gruden do what they did with the draft, I'm all hands on deck. If they choose to go with the quarterback, whatever decision they choose to make, I'm all for it.
You make good points, Berserko. I'm after at the end of this conversation right now, I feel like we don't completely disagree with each other.
Hell no.
I just think we're coming at it from different angles. And I know you're also a new listener to the show, so you're missing out on a lot of the context here from Che and myself and Kane, who's not on right now. We have been defending this team like more than a lot of other people have for a long time, but we are also not going to die on that hill necessarily. Like, we are going to call it as we see it. That's just kind of what we're known for.
Look at the beginning at the end of last season, beginning of this season, we said, you give Derek Carr this year, to fucking prove all the naysayers wrong. And I was all for that. I'm like, listen, you can't determine whether or not this dude's going to pan out based off of what we've seen the last couple seasons. Broken back, coming back from a broken ankle, fucking beat up, line fucking failing to block for him, getting sacked and beat up all season long. You have to give him that. You have to give him that. And you have to give him some toughness points for fucking being willing to fucking play through a lot of that shit. We never questioned his toughness in those moments. We never questioned whether or not he was the right guy. We just wanted to give him the opportunity to regain whatever confidence had fucking gone after the injuries and whatever fucking, lack of expertise he had in the offensive system. But 2 seasons in, 6 years in on this squad, and 3 years of us seeing not the same guy he was in 2016, bro, we're feeling like, okay, what else do you want us to do?
Yeah, I agree. I just feel that he's going to be here one more year. Now, I feel if you're going to be here one more year, we can't have another 7-9 season and lose the division.
Absolutely
Carr's
not.
Gonna be the quarterback next year. Carr's going to have to go out there and dominate.
Yep.
You're going to have to go out there. I'm talking 12-4, 13-3.
Yeah.
Win the division.
So Berserko, what you're saying is, let's just say Carr is the quarterback next season, and he doesn't go 12-4. He doesn't win this division. He doesn't make us a contender. Then you're out on Carr?
Oh, he got to go.
Well, all right then, dog. All right. We're not that far off.
With that, Berserko, man, thanks for calling in. I'm going to enjoy talking to you as we move forward into this offseason. I don't think this isn't the end of this conversation.
I'm playing devil's advocate here. So if fans listening, don't kill me on Twitter, please. I love y'all.
We love
Appreciate you, dog.
Kenny, sir, thank you, man. Thank y'all, man. Y'all enjoy. I'm about to listen to the rest of the show.
All right, brother.
Peace.
That was good.
Yeah, no, and he makes good points. But, just look around the league. There's teams out there with better records than us, and they don't have elite wide receivers 1 through 3.
Yeah.
They don't. Every team has a cap. Every team's limited on who they can have. For the most part, every team has the same amount of draft picks. Everyone's dealing with the same cards. You got to raise the level of talent around you as a leader, as the figure, as the face of a franchise. That's what you're expected to do. If you're not doing it, then you need to move on.
Yep.
And we need to move on from you. So we're gonna phone calls here dialed up, but I don't know that we're gonna get through all of them this week. Unfortunately, I see some of you. I have a call here. The caller called in 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 5 times. I'm not going to take all 5 of those. I want to finish Pete's call here and then maybe take one more and then we're going to head on out. Is that cool?
Sounds good to me, bro.
Okay.
And Che, it was a story that you told, bro. Che told a story about how his cousin threatens Tony Saragusa the year after he did. Not the year after, but like sometime after he injured Rich Gannon, talking about like how your family was at the game and your cousin let him know how we all felt. And you know what? That was my favorite story, man.
That's awesome.
That was pretty cool. I
cool.
laughed. I showed that to my father, and not only did he laugh, but he completely agreed.
Yeah.
But furthermore, like what Al Davis always used to say, the greatness of the Raiders is in their future. We got 2 first-round picks. We got 3 third-round picks. Not jumping off a ledge anymore because I fell off, came back up already, since last week. And I hope y'all are all doing the same. Anyone in the group chat? Kenny J. Kane, Brother Wasabi, love y'all. This was a good season, but we have a lot to look forward to. Am I going to miss being the Oakland Raiders? Yeah. But if you ask me what my favorite sports team is of all time when talking to a kid from the Central Coast, it will always be the Oakland Raiders. It will always be the LA Raiders, and to some others in future generations, it's always going to be the Vegas Raiders. You know what, Pillagers? Let's just keep that spirit. Let's stay real positive. We at the end of the day, all we have is each other.
Yeah, that's true. The good points, man. Pete, always great calls. It looks like you have one more call too. Hold on, let me turn off this. Let me set this call to do not disturb so you don't get interrupted again. There we go. And let's hit your second call, and then I think it's time to move on.
Yeah, I didn't get cut off, but I had a couple thoughts that I didn't finish in the man, and my phone went through an update. Kenny Che came, Brother Wasabi. What's up, Pillagers? This is Pete. So I'm going to lay something down real quick that we've talked about the last few weeks. And, I said my goodbyes to 2019. We all over this last call, and what I have to say is this: the cruise bombs you've been dropping about, watch the Rose Bowl If we have a clue or an idea of who our next quarterback is, I'm here to tell you, no. No. I live up here in the Northwest, and it's, no. Nope. Every game that guy has played, I've watched, and I'm not alluding to it, though his name is Justin Herbert, but I would never give that away. You know what I mean? Because, like, I would never tell you that Justin Herbert is the guy that you're talking about most of those hints that you're dropping, but I would never say anything like that.
Right.
Don't like the guy, doesn't have a lot of heart, and we're going to end up with the same Derek Carr situation. That's our guy next time, and but that is totally not who I'm talking about at all. At the end of the day, though, what I gotta say is this: like, if I didn't get cut too short, man. Got a lot of time on my last call. I'm just trying to tell everybody that, you know, cool. It was nice to, like, you know, we're gonna send off 2019, right? And if there's a mock draft that I have with the 2 first-round picks and the 3 third-round picks, it goes like this. The kicker from LSU, first pick. The kicker from Oklahoma, second pick. The kicker from Baylor, first, third-round pick. The kicker from Louisiana Tech, the second, third-round pick. The kicker from Cal Poly State, our third-round pick. You know what? That's like, I want you guys to digest that and tell me how you feel. All right. Love you. Take it easy.
That's what's up, Pete.
Yeah, Carlson, man, we were real big on Carlson last year, and I think a lot of what Chargers fans tried to warn us about was it.
The Vikings.
Vikings fans. It kind of came to fruition this year. Be interesting to see what they do with the kicker position in the offseason. They're definitely going to bring in legs to compete. DC Daniel Carlson, he's done well for us, but I think we've seen that you can't lean on him in big situations, and that sucks.
Right.
But at the same time, you want to say, oh, you don't want to have to lean on your kicker. But, man, it's the NFL. How many times have kickers won or lost games in this league? Countless times. It comes down to that. That's why the field goal exists. That's why kickers are in there. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that position going into the offseason.
Well, I think you don't draft a kicker.
No, I think it was a joke.
You're going to.
Janikowski's picking up the phone right now, though.
He's like, hey, I'll come over to Vegas.
Yeah, he will.
I hear they got lots of fun things going on there. You're going to find fucking sea bass up at the fucking
GHB lounge.
just sitting there fucking 15 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah. But I'm right here.
No, listen, I think you bring in some free agents. Look, there's a lot of motherfuckers. There's a lot of kickers that don't pan out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motherfuckers that get drafted early and don't pan out. Mm-hmm. Bring in some of those motherfuckers, bro. Mm-hmm. Bring in some of those guys and have them compete.
Yeah.
And see if they can get their fucking mojo back, because they were drafted early for a reason. And I don't know, man, unless the motherfucker's just sitting down fucking crying himself to sleep and eating goddamn Twinkies all goddamn day and not doing anything with his goddamn life, I'm pretty sure that he could still kick the goddamn ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most kickers stay out there kicking the ball. So bring in some of these guys that maybe haven't panned out for other teams. Daniel Carlson was one of them, and he played really well for us. Put him in there and have him compete with this guy. Push this guy. I think Gruden's going to stick with Carlson as long as he shows him that he should stick with him. Mm-hmm. He made those comments. He said this guy's going to kick himself out of it. Mm-hmm. We like this guy. We know this guy. He's going to kick himself out of it. Mm-hmm. Right? He missed one today, but then he did come back and he made one. So got to give him that.
Yeah,
he made a few. Right?
Yeah, he did.
Our first fucking 3 scores were all field goals.
And that's one thing I like about Carlson. He's not going to make every kick, but no kicker does. But Carlson does not get in his head. He bounces back. Yeah. He doesn't have, so I do like that about him. It'd be interesting to see how that plays out. That actually, I'm glad you brought that up, Pete. That's a really interesting storyline, I feel like, going into this offseason.
Yeah.
Let's do one more call. Let's go to the 303. We actually want to thank Straight Right Sports for the donation. We are now a monetized channel, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
But that gives you an opportunity to donate straight in the chat. So if you look at the left of the text field right there, there's a $sign now next to the emoji sign. So if you want to, you can donate straight through the chat, which is
We're
really nice.
moving on up.
And
real quick, say what he said.
And he makes a good point. He says we shouldn't hold ourselves hostage all because DC had a good year in 2016. If 2016 doesn't happen, this wouldn't even be a debate.
It's true.
That was a great point.
That's fucking fantastic, because if he doesn't have that stellar year, we wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't even be arguing for him, right? Arguing on his behalf, making excuses. If he just shit the bed all these seasons, he would have been gone already.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson might be the quarterback of the Oakland Raiders.
Fuck.
I didn't mean to say
Why
that.
you gotta put that? Why you gotta put that on us, Kenny Stabler?
But again, Straight Right Sports, thanks for the donation and a great comment. So when you donate, your comment also gets boosted. But if there was any comment to boost, that was a good one. A lot of comments fly by in the chat that we don't happen to see. So if you got something you really want us to comment on, I hate to tell you, pay for it. But that's one way here. And it's highlighted and it's in big letters. And so, yeah. But anyways, we appreciate the support. Yeah. I'm going to do one more call here. This is from 303 Raider. He was out there at the game today, so I think he deserves to speak his mind.
Kenny, it's your boy 303. Oh, man, I finally just got home a little while ago, cleaned up. It was calling from freezing cold Colorado. I was at the game, cold.
Weather report.
Cold. Anyway, man, the season, what a bizarre fucking year, man. Ups and downs all around. I think that last drive kind of encapsulated our season. A lot of excitement, but then just at the end, just what are you going to say? I mean, you saw the best and the worst of derekcarr today. The throwaway again is just completely maddening. I was right there. Just gave up too early if you would have held on. You could have hit run for him. You would have got nailed, but that's what you do like Russell Wilson tonight.
Having a really hard time, unfortunately, understanding this call, but 303, you sound tired, man. You sound gassed, a bit winded, wind taken out of your sails, obviously, with the results and all that. But 303 travels a lot. He's traveled to home games. He's always out at the Denver game there. That's a home game for him. And can't match the passion, man. 303, big friend of the show. We love you, man, as part of this family. And you're a tremendous Raider fan. We appreciate everything you do to support this team. You've done a lot, man. Being a fan is not cheap. And not only do we expend our energy rooting for a team, but also our bank accounts. And that can't go unnoticed. And so we appreciate that. And with you getting out there, and it's a hell of a time. It's a great experience getting out to these stadiums, but it's a lot better when your team wins. And there's no substitution for that.
Yeah.
No substitution for that
Absolutely
at all.
not, bro.
I'm not going to do shout outs this week just because we're so far behind and I just didn't have the time. It's probably the most time consuming part of the setup. Doesn't mean we're not going to keep doing it. We're going to do it next episode, which is a short turnaround today. But I just wanted to say, we hit the 1,000 subscribers this week. And so I want to say thank you to everybody. I know not everyone has time to sit for 2 or 3 hours and watch a podcast. I know not all of you that have subscribed sit down and watch it live, but you're doing it just to support us.
Yeah.
And those of you that are watching, definitely doing the most to support us and interacting with us. It's really awesome to see that. I'll be lying to say if we don't look at that as validation. That's our paycheck. Right?
Yeah.
We don't take money from the donations and put it in our pocket, but to see you guys and to get the feedback and hear that you're enjoying it and that you're here interacting, that's the energy that we love. That's what we feed off. That's what tells Che and I, hey, we need to get on the air tonight. We owe this to you guys. And that's what we do it for. We don't do it for ourselves. We don't have egos like that. If you met us in person, we're the same exact people in front of the mics as we are behind the mics.
Absolutely.
We're just here having a good time. And Che and I are going to have a good time regardless.
Oh, man.
But
that goes without saying.
It's a lot more fun with the audience. And we love you guys to death. Our audience is the best. Our fan base will destroy you. They will destroy you.
Those are motherfucking facts.
We may not have the biggest fan base, but man, we definitely got a lethal fan base. I will say that. You guys are the best. So shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that made this year possible. Whether it's with the $5 that you're donating or, the tri-tip that you brought to the tailgate. or you put a cold beer in someone's hand, or you just shook our hand. Again, it's those connections, and it's that community. That's what this is all about. That's what the Pillaging Just For Fun website was founded on. That's what this podcast became. And I never thought this podcast would become anything. And that's all because of you guys. So just a big shout out to every single pillager that's been out there. The list at this point is way too long to read. We really, really love you guys.
Absolutely, man. This is although it bittersweet as far as the performance of the team, as far as the outcomes in a lot of these games, this season by far has exceeded our expectations in terms of what this podcast has been able to do and what this fan base, in terms of who tunes in, who listens to us, who comes out, who supports us, who fucking gets down in the tailgate with us. Man, it's been amazing, man. And these are fucking memories that we're going to take with us for the rest of our lives. We hope to make many more with you guys. Hopefully out in Vegas, or wherever the fucking Raider fucking party tailgate is at. Okay. Cause that doesn't mean we won't show up somewhere else. Just saying, we might just show up with that cooler.
Yeah.
Somewhere else.
Somewhere. Might be in your garage.
Your garage, bro. We might just be there. But listen, man, it's been amazing.
I might be doing drugs in your bathroom.
This is very possible. It's very possible. Kenny Stapler knows no boundaries, bro. Knows no boundaries. But now, man, you hit it on the nail, man. This has been an incredible season. And shit, dog. Just grateful for everybody who tunes in, the haters included.
We love you too.
Because we love you too, man. Because if you have enough time to tune into our channel just to talk some shit, then hey,
thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening and giving us the listen, bro. The follow, the view, whatever it may be. And we're just gonna keep this shit going, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
The off season doesn't mean that we're off. We're gonna be here.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be up in this motherfucking studio talking all kinds of shit.
Oh, we're getting air conditioning too.
Oh,
getting that fixed.
High five.
Yeah.
So your boys won't be sweating up a goddamn storm, looking like fucking Richard Simmons up in the fucking crow's nest, sweaty and whiny.
The shiniest podcast in the nation.
Oh shit.
Oh man, but
shout out Pete, man. Shout out Pete for the fucking
Thank you, Pete. Appreciate you, man. Again, man, it's been a great show. It's been a great year riding with you guys. It has been an exciting season. We are looking forward to traveling next year. Irish Raider. Wow. Thank you. Thanks for the donations, guys. We really appreciate it. We need a little cha-ching sound effect or something.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. But we appreciate it. This again, all this money is going to go right back into the till and continue to grow the production value of the show, and hopefully get rid of these clicks and pops because it's driving me fucking crazy right now. We appreciate it. We do approach this as a job. We apologize for not being here every week. It's a tough time of the year. It's not because we don't want to be here. It's just because we can't. So I'll say that. And we will be back next week. And in the meantime, we hope you guys have a happy new year.
Absolutely.
Be safe out there. Avoid the bookings because, you get booked on a Wednesday, on New Year's, you're sitting tight for a few days. Say that. But that's it for this week's show. Make sure you tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in, leave a message to be played on air. 408-909-PJFF. Download the official Pillaging app available for iOS and Android. Get every episode ever released and a direct call in straight from the app. Download or please visit dc40customtees.com. Get your Pillaging gear and onenationfanwear.com, the best Raider Nation fan gear in the world. Again, please donate to the show, paypal.me/PJ4F, or right here in the YouTube chat. We make it that simple for you. Be sure to listen to our network podcast partners from the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. You know who they are, at CNPodNet. Follow us everywhere you go. Until then, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug, and pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a product of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Che.
And we out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.